two people here.
It is. You don't have to do double takes.
Yep, exactly.
You know what
Welcome, Level Uppers, to another episode of The Level Up Show. This is episode 94, a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I have one of your co-hosts, Andrew Midori. I'm alongside only the Beast from the East this week, Dean Marchese.
Indeed, that's me.
How you doing, man?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah?
How you doing?
What were you going to say? I feel like you were going to say something different.
I don't know. Dude, let me give you a quick peek inside of my brain.
Go ahead.
Sometimes it's like a speeding train without a conductor, if you can follow me on that.
Yeah.
It just starts going.
Do you have like ADD or ADHD
Nope.
or anything like that? No.
No, I'm just weird.
Maybe it's just undiagnosed.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Maybe, yeah.
You never know.
I'm doing pretty good, though. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. This is a pretty good week for me. Got in some gaming. Got in a lot of Metal Gear this week. A lot of Metal Gear.
I noticed that. I was looking through my friends list, saw you were getting it in.
I finished it.
Nice.
Yeah, finally finished Metal Gear, the main story. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, finished. Still have some side stuff I'm doing. I'm still trying to get Quiet's ending. But I'm going to talk about that when we get to the what you've been playing. I'll talk a little bit more about that. But anything non-gaming wise, anything going on with you? How's everything with Jen moving into the house?
Yeah, good. Smooth, dude. There's everything, all of her stuff's unpacked.
Yeah.
And I set her up with her own little, like I have my game room, my little office space.
Sure, yeah.
So I set her up. She was at work on Monday, and I like cleared it all out. There's like so many boxes and shit, so I set her up with her space. So she's feeling a little more at home now.
Good.
It's good, yeah. Everything's going good. Just touching up little stuff here and there now.
Very nice.
Yep.
Guys, we're on every single week with gaming talk shows and game streams. If you like what we're doing at any point with the Level Up Show, make sure to follow us. It's at twitch.tv/the Level Up Show. Or if you're watching live from PlayStation, 48 of you are right now. It's very simple. Just hit that heart button in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. It's in your menu. Your name will pop up on the TV, and we will give you a quick shout out. Another thing, share the show. You know, you go on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you can, share the show so we can build this community here on the Level Up Network. Coming into the holidays, we're going to get a lot of new people in here. It's going to be a cool time. We're going to have a lot of friends discussing games.
Yeah.
And the more people in here, the more non-trolls, the better.
Yeah.
We're also on Twitter at the Level Up Network, level spelled LVL. Tweet at us with questions. We might use them on the show. We got a 24-hour marathon coming up on November 7th for Extra Life, raising money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Use that link right there if you want to donate. But for that, we're going to need a lot of questions. So please go on our Twitter, tweet at us with hashtag on the spot. That is our question hashtag. And we will probably use it because we're going to need 24 questions for every hour of that show. We got YouTube. You just put up the newest Power Up pretty recently.
I finally got episode 9 up, which
cool.
I've aptly titled The Broken Episode because there's just so much wrong with it. But I didn't want to not put it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You guys did it. So
yeah, and there's a good
right?
45 minutes out of like the hour that's like solid. I was maybe even more than that. So I was like, I don't want to put it up. So yeah, we got that up. I have the live stream. The live stream, for some reason, our live show, episode 10, was like taking forever to render into YouTube. So that's there. It'll be there, but it's taking a while. So we have 9, 11, and then live will be 10.
Live will be 10.
So yeah, I have to move some stuff around, but it's there. But yeah,
cool.
Get on caught up.
Yeah, that's their superhero comic book nerdiness show called Power Up. It's Dean and Greg. They do that every week. Goes up on our YouTube on Saturday mornings, typically. And if you want early access to that, you can join our Patreon. It's a small monthly fee if you want it to be. Just $1 per month is all you need to donate if you want to get access to Power Up early. And you can donate whatever you want. The more you donate on Patreon, the more perks you get in return. And we're going to be announcing some cool stuff by the end of the year for our Patreon for sure. And finally, just to reiterate, please check out Extra Life, guys. We're trying to raise as much money as possible for sick children throughout the United States, providing those children with gaming entertainment while they have to, unfortunately, stay in the hospital, sometimes months at a time. So go to extralife.org/participant/the Level Up Network. Click support me. Donate whatever you have the means for. It doesn't matter. Just $1 is enough to keep that ball rolling, to keep it showing up in our social media, and to raise awareness. It's all good things there. We're at $1,350 around there now.
That's awesome.
Man. Unbelievable support so far. We're already almost above last year's total, which was $1,700. So we're definitely going to beat it this year. But November 7th is the 24-hour marathon, but you can donate anytime up to then. And then before the end of the year, you can actually continue to donate as well if you want to keep that going. So, yeah. So what have you been playing this week? Let's do that first before
Dude, I've been playing a lot. I've been playing, what came out? Well, I've had this weird period of time where I got sucked back into Far Cry 4. And I still kind of want to go back and platinum that. So
Far
that's
Cry
like
4. Is it 4?
Yeah.
3?
No.
It's 4.
It's 4, yeah.
Yeah, it is 4.
Yeah,
okay.
it's Far Cry 4, yeah. You got me for a second.
I'm trying to remember. Getting confused now with we'll talk about it later. But Far Cry Primal, they're not calling it 5, and they're not calling it any number. Right. This is just kind of like their Assassin's Creed, I guess you could say, what they're doing here. Maybe they're going to do like an annual thing.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that. So yeah, I had that in like the back of my mind, but I stopped playing that because then Rock Band 4 came out, which, dude, that game, like, it's like an 8.5, right?
Okay.
But just the fact that it's been gone for so long, and like, for those of you who don't know, like, I am a musician. I love music.
Yep.
And like, music plus video games is like just time
equals magic
sucked out of my life. I was like, Jesus, I was so happy to have it back, and like, it doesn't even matter what the song, like, I don't care. I just love playing, and it was so good. And then of course, Nathan Drake Collection.
Yeah.
And I started playing that, and I was like, whoop, everything's done. Here I go, back in it.
Greg streamed a little bit of that as well. How far did you get? Are you still on Drake's Fortune?
Yeah, I'm on Drake's Fortune. I played a little bit before I came here. I was in chapter 18.
Okay, so you're getting pretty close to the end. Yeah.
I want to platinum all 3. I want to platinum each before I get to, you know what I mean? I want to platinum 1, then move to 2, same, and then so on. But
Everton Tyler, just really quick, the giraffe is there to represent my wife, who's here sometimes, the sexy giraffe. That was actually a gift from one of our viewers, Jason Westfire, Diarrhea Jason, some people call him. He sent that to us. We love it. It's awesome. But there are some things missing in Rock Band, just to go back to that, right?
Yeah.
First of all, you can't play online with your buddies?
No, they took online play away, and so far, I haven't been able to figure out, and if it's there, it's not easily accessible, how to make a set list. You know what I mean? How to just like pick 5 songs, put it on a list, and then play through them all at once. During the career mode, you can do that.
Okay.
And you'll vote on songs. Sometimes there's pre-made set lists, but in Rock Band 3, and I believe the other ones, you were just able, it was like make a set list. You can pick as many songs as you want. You can pick 12, whatever.
Sure, yeah.
And just jam through them. But yeah, I haven't found a way to do that. The thing with that is what I've been reading, what I've been hearing is they're looking at this. It seems like a lot of devs are kind of looking at their games this way as a platform now. So like,
oh yeah, sure, yeah.
So like Destiny is continuously adding. They said Rock Band 4 is going to be a platform for the next foreseeable future, where they're just going to constantly add and update, and maybe
that's smart.
I don't know if they're going to add synchronous like co-op online. But I know they said there is going to be online functionality added.
Good. That's needed. I mean, that's that whole big thing with that game in the past, Rock Band, was that you had this co-op thing going on typically in your home, right?
Right.
But to remove that entirely online, it just doesn't make sense. They should definitely capitalize on that.
And like you lose a sense of competitiveness. You can't compete with your friends' scores or anything like that. And like Greg and I, we're super excited. We're like, dude, we live states away, for example. So like we're like super excited to play. And then the night before it came out, I was like, what? There's no online, and they didn't even announce that earlier on. Yeah, it sucked.
Nate Dog, I saw your comment about wanting Mike to sing "Let It Go" during Extra Life Day. There is potential for us to add that as a milestone, because we do have several so far. Let me just announce a few of those right now, just to give you guys some incentive. $1,500, and this will all happen on Extra Life Day. If it happens before that, we're still going to wait for Extra Life Day. $1,500, we are all going to take potent fart candy. And it's going to decimate us in this room and anybody who joins us. It's going to be really messed up because we're going to have guests coming out throughout the day.
That's probably the best
And they're going to walk down here and be like, what the hell is going on? Because we're just going to fill this room with farts. And it's going to be awesome. And then what was next? 2000 is how we're doing it? I think 2000? Or 1750. Sorry, 1750 is actually the next one after that. 1750, we are all doing the Kylie Jenner challenge, where we are going to inflate our lips. We're not going to go all out. We got to keep it quick. So we're just going to put it on for like a couple minutes, get our lips blown up, and then we're going to play rounds of heads up, which is basically charades, which could be very difficult with blown up lips. And then finally, $2,000. Not finally, there's actually many more after that, but $2,000, we're all going to drink a full glass of lemon juice to celebrate the Trophy War when Greg lost. So all of us are going to do that.
What have you been playing?
I've been playing all Metal Gear, pretty much. And a little bit of Super Meat Boy, but mostly Metal Gear.
Oh, I haven't even touched that yet.
So let's go back to Metal Gear. I've been up and down on this game. I like it. Don't get me wrong. It's a borderline great game.
Okay.
You know, it's a solid 8.5. Killing it. 8.5 killing it, right? But it really is one of the most disappointing experiences I've ever had with a game. And that's so weird to say coming off a game that I'm like, oh, I'll give it an 8.5. It's still one of the most disappointing games I've ever played in my life. And that especially comes after what could have been an amazing ending. There was so much potential, so many great ideas. The execution is just off. And it was the first time playing the game where I was like, something was compromised here.
Right.
Like, he did not make the game he wanted to make.
Right.
Something got lost. He didn't go all the way, because the way it ends, first of all, it's not enough closure, in my opinion, especially considering this is probably the last Metal Gear Solid game.
Right.
But what it sets up, the idea that it puts in place is so great and has ramifications over the entire series, and really calls back on something that happened in Metal Gear Solid 3. Really twist that on its head, and some of you guys might know what I'm talking about. But all those things are so poignant.
Right.
And all you're like is, my God, if they could have just went a little bit further with this, it could have been a masterful ending.
That really disappoints me for you, because I know like what you wanted this to be, and like that's just sucks.
I wanted it to be the swan song,
right,
of Hideo Kojima, and he got so many things right. It really is the best Metal Gear has ever played. It definitely is. There's no doubt about that in my mind. That's why some people are putting 200 hours into this. And they're not putting 200 hours in for the story. I can guarantee you that. They're putting in 200 hours because it's addictive. It really is an addictive game. It's just he messed up so much on focusing on these side missions that are mostly filler, and some of them entirely filler. And he could have been adding on to that ending. He could have been adding in a chapter 3, really closing off the story, making it connect perfectly to Metal Gear 1 for the Nintendo back in 1985. He could have bridged that gap. It was there. Mm-hmm. He went 95%. He could have just done a little bit more, and it would have been, oh man, it would have been such a cool ending. It wouldn't have rectified my other grievances with the game when it comes to the pacing, but it would have been like, wow, like that was a really cool thing you did to take a game in 1985, one that really we shouldn't have expected you to try and make fit in canonically, or however you would say the word, right? He went for it. You could tell he was going for it. He was trying to make it so this entire series over the course of 30 years actually did connect. Something that's difficult to do when you have to kind of, retcon and all these kind of things. He tried to make it happen. And I have a feeling Konami, everything that happened at the end there, it screwed it up.
You think there was just, you think all the controversy and everything, like maybe is what diminished this game. Like you think there was a different vision, is basically.
I think that, like I said, his vision was to have all these side quests and open world stuff. I don't really necessarily like that, but the timing, I think, got messed up. 3 or 4 months before the game came out, when all that Konami controversy blow up happened, I have to imagine it affected the last 4 months of the development of that game. Right. If not more. We don't know how far back this went. It was just that we found out about it, 4 months before the game released. But who knows how long this, feud was going on within Konami and Hideo Kojima. It could have been lasting 6 months to a year.
Yeah, right.
Right? I feel like he didn't tell the last 2 hours.
Yeah, okay.
And we know for sure that some things were cut. You guys might know about this. Episode 51, you can find the cutscenes of it on the making of Blu-ray.
Really?
They actually have almost all of the cutscenes where, spoiler alert, I'm going to get into some spoilers here. Eli, the child in the game, is Liquid Snake, one of the big villains from the series, the main villain of Metal Gear Solid 1. He is a little boy in this game because it's a prequel. They were going to go into a full-on boss battle with him because he takes control of the Metal Gear in the game and leaves. They cut that entirely out. But you can find the cutscenes online for that entire mission. And it was a really cool thing that he was doing there. He actually... again, the spoiler alert. I really don't want to spoil you guys if you don't want to. So please leave if you don't want to hear about this and check it out yourself on your own. But he shoots the kid, which is this really kind of messed up moment because what happens is he's fighting the Metal Gear and Eli he just won't go down. This little kid, he's so angry because he's the clone of Big Boss and he knows it. He's so angry about this, and you're fighting him, and this blast goes off and it knocks Big Boss's brain all up, right? So he's not seeing in color anymore. He's only seeing in black and white. But the problem is that Eli is wearing a red jump coat and everybody else is wearing white. So he can no longer tell who is who. So he has this moment where Eli is about to be shot by these other people coming in, and he doesn't want that to happen. So he has to pop out, and he's shooting everyone he thinks he should shoot, and he shoots Eli. as well. And he goes up to him and he thinks Eli's dead, and it's this awesome scene where he screams, and it was really, really well done. All cut out. It's like
damn, that sucks. Dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's mind blowing that it's on the making of Blu-ray as well.
Right.
So, yeah, it's something. I wonder if we get it somehow, but it won't be Hideo Kojima, I guess, if it does come out.
That sucks because I've never played a single Metal Gear, but that sounds awesome.
It was really cool. It wasn't finished. You could tell. I think it said like 30% done cutscene, but you could get the idea from it all. And I think a lot of people might agree with me that the ending was compromised. Something got lost there. So I still liked it. Still enjoyed it. Great game. Just didn't live up to the expectations, in my opinion. All right. So that was our What You've Been Playing discussion here. Let's get into our only non-gaming discussion of the show. It's called the Level Up Show Has No Game. It is 3 non-gaming topics, 2 minutes each. You ready, Dean?
Ready.
Let's do it to it. First up, what do we got? So this is really funny. I posted this in the chat. Stephenie Meyer, the author of Twilight, has announced that she's now releasing Twilight's Reimagined. Now, hear this. It's the same exact story.
Okay.
Just the genders are reversed.
Oh my god.
So now the vampire is Bella, also known as, God, what the hell's her name? I can't even remember.
She's got an alter ego?
It's just the genders are reversed, if that makes any sense.
So it's Bella likes characters, the vampire, but they've changed her name?
It's Belfort. It's Belfort.
Holy
so she's now a man. Bella is the man, Belfort, and oh man, what's the other one? Bella and what's his name in the movie? Edward. So he's Edwin. He's Edwin, and now the girl, he becomes the girl, and he's now a vampire. So the roles are reversed, where the girl is a vampire, and the guy is the homely, kind of shy one that is a part of this romance. And all I'm thinking while reading this is she wrote her own fan fiction for her own book.
Her own fan fiction. So this is a book, not films.
No, this is just a book, and it's only the first book.
And it's just a matter of time before somebody tries to make this garbage
into a movie.
Truck a movie, dude.
I know, right?
My god, why?
Is
she that first of all, okay, you got away with murder, releasing this hot trash and making so much money already. Yeah. Now you're gonna push it further, like you're really that hungry for a paycheck. Yep. Like, you're fine. Just stop before you even start.
Here's what I was reading, is what she wanted to do originally several years ago is she wanted to write the story from Edward's point of view, because the book currently is written from Bella's point of view. Okay. And a lot of authors do that. It kind of seems like a cop-out to me, but shit. If something happens,
it's probably for the best.
Somebody else did it first, so she had to do this crazy shit instead. Next up. All right. Jesse Eisenberg, I'm sure you know this, supposedly is not playing Lex Luthor in Batman v Superman.
I don't know this. I read this and I was like, what?
He's playing Junior. He's playing Lex's son.
Really?
Yes.
Where does this source come from?
Please look it up for me, because I would love to know that I'm wrong on this.
Okay.
But we've all kind of looked at Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor as kind of this weird thing already, right? He's not quite what we imagined Lex to be. So now it might make a little more sense that he's not actually Lex Luthor at all. He's Lex's son, who I guess is also called Lex.
Okay.
Maybe he's Lex Jr. Maybe find this for me. But how would you feel about that? Are you against that?
No, not necessarily. I feel like that's fine. It's okay. Like, I get it. Maybe. Here's the thing. It would make more sense to me if Lex had already had this established relationship with Superman.
Sure.
Which is impossible unless we get to Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice and they're like, this much time has passed. Superman doesn't really age.
Sure.
That would explain an older Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is, that can't be, because all the destruction from the fight of Man of Steel, we see Bruce Wayne's already older.
Yep.
So Superman's just been on the scene. So if it was like they had this pre-existing confrontation between Lex and Superman, and then his son is like, I got a vendetta against you because of my dad, I'd be like, cool. But the fact that it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing, a vendetta, right? Because I think I read that Lex Sr. is dead. He died many years before. Did you find it?
I have Polygon that says the tweet Lex Luthor, the Lex Luthor Twitter account tweeted out at Fortune magazine, looking forward to reading about LexCorp. Father would be proud.
Father would be proud. That doesn't mean necessarily that he's...
It doesn't mean that. Also, this could just mean that it's still Lex.
Yeah.
And his dad was somebody else.
Yeah.
You know?
So, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. Finally, last but not least, Power Rangers reboot has its Pink Ranger.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get the entire cast. I'm actually kind of disappointed.
I did too.
But what was her name again? Do you remember?
Natalie... I can find it.
It's going to be at the end of this, if I remember right. I have it at the end of this reel.
She's cute. I've never seen her in anything personally. I know she was in, more recently, she was in The Martian.
She was in The Martian?
That's what she's built. Yeah, she's built.
I saw The Martian.
She's billed as being from The Martian and something else notable.
Okay. No, she's definitely cute. And I wonder if they're going to dye her hair. Because I remember the Pink Ranger kind of having like strawberry blonde or like kind of a little bit reddish hair. Kimberly?
The original?
Yeah.
The original was a brunette.
Was she? Okay,
yeah.
She's dark brunette. Like she's even
Susie
has like
Q.
kind of dark.
More
yeah, Susie Q.
Now.
Right? Wow, I remember that too. Susie Q. I do remember that. What about everybody else? Do you have any?
Not Natalie. Naomi Scott.
Naomi Scott. There you go. Or Naomi Scott. I don't know why I said Naomi. Maybe it's Naomi.
I thought it was Natalie, dude.
We're way off.
The Martian and something called Terra Nova was what they.
Oh, Terra Nova was the TV show, the dinosaur one.
Okay.
Who do we want to play Jason, for instance?
We discussed this actually on Power Up. They do have a whole like list. They had like 4 actors for Red Ranger, 4 actors for Black Ranger, and then 4 actors for Pink Ranger. Interestingly, they did not discuss the Yellow Ranger or the Blue Ranger.
Okay.
They only discussed the 3.
And I think we're also being told that the White Ranger / Green Ranger is not going to be in this at all. They're going to save that for the sequel.
That makes sense to me.
Build up that hype, I guess.
I want to talk about our level of caring about this. Are you interested in this at all?
Yes, I actually am.
I am too.
Yeah, I mean, there's potential for a really freaking cool movie here.
I agree.
Here's also there you go. That's Naomi Scott.
She's cute. How old is she now? Like, because like, are they gonna play
20s? I would imagine she looks.
So
20s.
Are they gonna be playing the Power Rangers just like 20s?
I think so.
They were in high school in the show, right?
That's true. They were, and I feel like they have to stick with that, right? I feel like they have to stick with high school.
I can get down with it.
Yeah.
If it's done right, you know.
It has a lot of potential.
I don't want to see any Sony Amazing Spider-Man like I'm too edgy and listening to my pop alternative music on my Sony headset.
Yeah, and I don't want to see Transformers where the entire movie is just an advertisement for this many different things either.
Yeah.
But that being said, the transformation of all the different lions into Megatron, that could be pretty freaking cool to see.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
That could be really cool.
Megazord.
Megatron.
Megatron is... We were talking about Transformers.
Yeah, sorry. Megazord. I'm coming off terrible right now. I'm sure Dave, if he's still in the chat room, is really, really upset with me. College Power Ranger says AJ. Yeah, I mean, I would be okay with college as well.
I'd get down with that.
I could get down with
that. Saved by the Bell, college years.
Yeah, right? Exactly. They have to mature it a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
Make it suitable for all demographics. PG-13 at the least. It can't be PG. Keep it PG-13.
PG-13 I think is fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That works.
You know, even if it does have some violent moments, you know, parents bring their children to see it. It's all good. Parental guidance.
And see, the Avengers and all that stuff has violent
Even
moments.
Transformers has decent violence in it, enough that it warrants PG-13. That's what I imagine this being, without the Michael Bay dumbass humor.
Right.
You know, I would like them to go halfway towards that weird Power Rangers thing we saw several months ago. The 15-minute one that was done that was overly graphic, overly sexual and stuff like that. Don't go all the way there. I don't want that.
That was a little too mature. They were like late 30 Power Rangers.
But add a little bit of grit to it, but also that childlike humor as well. You know, just don't go too far in either direction. We just got to get that balance right, and it could be awesome.
I'm on board, and I agree.
Yeah. All right. What did the chat room have to say? Anything interesting about that one? I do love me some Power Rangers.
Yeah, that's the only notable thing I take away from that. He loves him some Power Rangers. Derek loves the 90s. You know what? I got a soft spot for the 90s.
Yeah, right? The early 90s especially, when it still held on to that little bit of 80s fashion.
Yeah, exact Fresh Prince.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we're talking about.
The neon colors and stuff like that. Good times.
I want somewhere in the Power Rangers movie, even if it's for a second, Bulk and Skull.
Oh, you can't not
have
Bulk and Skull.
Bulk and Skull. How old are they? Like 40, late 40s?
Oh, you're talking about the original.
I went the originals. Okay. I went the originals.
Well, that's the thing, is how far do they go into that territory where they're going to have all these cameos of all the original Power Rangers? The original Rita Repulsa. Like,
dude, what if they got like the original Jason to be like Zordon.
Jason David Frank.
No, he was the Green Ranger. He was Tommy.
Who were you saying?
The Red Ranger.
Oh, the Red Ranger, Jason.
What if they got that'd be a cool little little role, like one of them to play the dude in the tank, just the face.
Just the face.
Why not? Show up for a day's work, get paid for CGI. Dude.
I feel like who plays? What's his name again? Zordon.
Zordon's the guy.
Yeah.
He's like their
who plays
mentor.
Zordon? If we're being honest, like
I don't know.
He's got it.
I don't know.
Got somebody that warrants. You usually see bald. He's got to be bald, right?
Yeah, or you can put a bald cap, I guess. If you have to.
Man,
he looked like.
I have a feeling this is I feel like he's gonna be black.
I could see that.
He's the guy, the one white person that they make black instead.
Yeah, I could.
It's gonna be Zordon.
Yeah, because you know what? Even the Ranger, the original Black Ranger was black.
Yeah.
And they're looking at like not black actors, but they're looking at like Hawaiian.
See, I feel like that might cause some problems.
Asian. I'm like, why? Not
He's
just think of
the
a
Black Ranger. Everybody kind of got it into that, like, oh, the Black Ranger's black, the Yellow Ranger is Asian, you know?
Yeah, that was a little on the nose.
That might be a little on the nose, but I do feel like, no, do not change the Black Ranger. The Black Ranger is African-American.
Just let him be an African-American actor. Yeah. Why not?
The Yellow Ranger, I don't think necessarily needs to be
They're like, well,
Asian.
We want diversity, but we'll make him Hawaiian. It's like, what?
Yeah, maybe not. All right, that was the Level Up Show Has No Game, our only official non-gaming portion of the show. We've had a few follows so far. Those came from, we got Blitz Dude, Destiny Ghost, Big Jess, AJ1004, and Momo Loves Ya. Thank you for those 5 follows so far, guys. Keep them coming. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation, bottom left-hand corner of the screen. If you do want to follow us, it's that easy, and we will give you a quick shout-out. We have a follow goal of 73-75. So we just need 8 more followers, actually, and we'll give out 300 XP to the entire chat room, and then we'll raise the follow goal. All right, so what's up next? I think we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll get into the Level Update, which is our discussion of the week's biggest gaming industry news. We'll be right back, guys, in 60 seconds.
The Wolfie said Zordon should be James L. Jones.
You know, that's actually one that popped into my head.
I'm on board.
Who else? Who's like...
I like the amount of talk we can like sustain for Power Rangers. It's like real.
There's potential there.
There really is potential there.
Congrats to the new followers, says BMC. Yeah, congrats to you guys. You guys are doing something good. Congrats to you for following us. That sounds so cocky for us to say that. Yellow Ranger footage the used was a dude in the original series. It's got to be a girl. You can't change that either, I feel
Yellow Ranger footage. Oh, I think he means like when they're in the suits.
Yeah.
When they just straight up stole the footage from the Japanese show. I think that was a man in the Yellow Ranger suit.
Bruce Willis for Zordon.
Bruce Willis would never do it, but that would be pretty cool.
That would be a big name to get attached to the Power Rangers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I would like that.
What's the last thing Bruce Willis did?
Man, what is the last thing Bruce Willis did?
Let's find out.
Let's find out. And what is he working on now? IMDb that up. All right, so what do we got?
He doesn't age. He just looks the same.
Just more bald.
Just way more bald. Yeah, I don't know how a bald guy gets more bald, but he did it.
He does it. He nails that. So what's up? What's his last thing? And what's...
Dude, he's a busy guy.
Vice? Is that what that says?
Vice looks like the last thing that's released that he's done. I don't know what that is.
What came before that?
The Prince, and then Sin City, the sequel.
Oof, man, yeah, I haven't seen him in anything recognizable
in
a while.
Red 2, I remember that came out.
What's coming? Anything big coming from Bruce Willis? Power Rangers, of course. It says it on there, pre-production. We just broke the news. Bruce Willis is Zordon.
I really recognize. Precious Cargo post-production, Labor Love announced, City of Mist pre-production, Rocket Cabbage completed, the bombing, filming, going under post-production. This dude is working.
He's busy. We'll give him that.
How is something... What? He's got his 4th film here is completed, and his last film for 2016 is completed.
But some of the others are still in.
And then some of the others just announced.
Some movies take a while, man.
That's wild.
Yeah. Don't forget to share the show, guys. We still haven't hit 100 people in the room. I know we've got some big competition tonight with Battlefront. But share the show. Try and bring some of your friends, family in and build this community on the Level Up Network. We'll give any new follower shout-outs. Of course, we got 72 people in the room right now. We're going to move on to the Level Update, our discussion of the week's biggest gaming industry news. Do it to it, Lars. First up, got a new interview with Tetsuya Nomura, and he revealed some new information on Kingdom Hearts 3. We've been waiting for information, so let's get into this. On the change to Unreal Engine 4, Nomura said, the transition was quite a process. We pretty much had to start from the ground again. We had to make sure that we could recreate our key effects in the Unreal Engine and that the effects we specifically needed for Kingdom Hearts could be adapted. We were also developing a Kingdom Hearts specific shader, and we had to make a lot of adjustments so we could use that shader on the new engine. That goes a long way to explaining the long distance between the announcement and now, when we're able to reveal more information about the title. On the new battle system, Nomura said, quote, I feel that going through the different spin-off titles and ideas for battle systems, how the gameplay there works, we kind of learned from that and implemented a new battle system as well as introducing new and unique moves. There's also the Keyblade transformation, which is involved around the plot point where Sora has gone through a test of mastery, so it makes sense story-wise that this transformation is part of his combat. There have been many bold additions to Kingdom Hearts 3 in combat, and those are only possible because we have access to the better hardware. But it hasn't necessarily been things I couldn't have done then. It's more that I learned from the experiments of the spin-off. I like that he said that. He's not like tuning like the horn of like, oh, we could never have done this before without the PS4. It's just that over time they've used what they've learned on Birth by Sleep and these other ones to make the battle system even better. You're going to see that. They get better with every game in the series. They really do.
I still haven't completed the first one.
You're still going through that one, right?
I just got sidetracked with everything that's been coming out. I'll get there.
And then finally, this one's really interesting. On the number of playable characters, Nomura said, quote, it's a secret, but by saying that, we imply that maybe something's going on. We can't disclose anything, but maybe something will happen there. It'd be really cool if we could play as Aqua maybe, or Kairi. We always play as Sora. In the mainline Kingdom Hearts games, we've never not played as Sora, so that'd be really cool to play as another character. I hope that's what he's hinting at there.
That'd be cool to play as your party members.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, you're up, team.
Ubisoft reveals Far Cry Primal. IGN's Mitch Dyer writes, Ubisoft Montreal's next Far Cry game is a Stone Age era open world game called Far Cry Primal, and it launches for PS4 and Xbox One on February 23rd, 2016. PC release will follow in March 2016. The game is set in 10,000 BC. Far Cry Primal follows Takar, a seasoned hunter and last surviving member of his hunting group. As players survive in the land of Oros, they will have to craft weapons and tools partly from the bones of slain beasts, hunt for food, master fire, fend off fierce predators, and face off against other tribes and conquer Oros. The debut trailer shows a small tribe of 4 stalking, hunting, and killing a herd of woolly mammoths before they're attacked by a saber-toothed tiger. Outposts, occupied by humans, spreading fires and character upgrades, return alongside new features, such as dead prey attracting new predators with its scent. The key art also suggests a saber-toothed tiger companion for Takar. Ubisoft Toronto, Shanghai, and Kiev are assisting on Primal, which creative director Jean-Christophe Goyet said focuses on the time when humans put a stick in the ground and claim their land for their own. The time when we started climbing the food chain that came with conflict, against other humans, of course, but also against nature itself.
So we were just talking about it, how you're playing Fallout 4 right now.
Right.
How is this exciting for you, the kind of spin on the series, to go back to prehistoric times?
I'm really interested in this. I don't want this to sound wrong. I'm going to say I'm more curious than I am excited.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is I like Far Cry a lot. I am excited. I'm just so... Like, if you haven't played Far Cry, it revolves a lot around guns and upgrading your weapons.
Sure, yeah.
Taking out outposts, which are like big, tall building structures. So, like, with this being BC, it's going to be like just a totally different game. There's going to be no guns.
And that's cool, right? Because I remember when you first saw Horizon Zero Dawn, I heard the first thing you said was, oh, cool, like there's not going to be guns, and then suddenly they pull out the weapons. But this is truly going to be spears, bow and arrows, hammers, and then I guess axes,
like
whatever.
Outposts will be like huts, adobes. I don't know. It's going to be really, really interesting to see how that stuff plays out.
Quick announcement, really good announcement. Another Extra Life donation of $25 comes from a longtime viewer and mod, Derek Carr, a.k.a. the 9 Fox.
Oh, thank you so much,
Thank you so much. That's multiple donations now from Derek. You are a huge supporter, man. We really, really appreciate that. Let's give him some XP for that there. $25 times 25 is $625?
Don't ask me. You're better than me.
I want to say $625. I'm going to go with that. 9 Fox. I'm going to give you $625. I hope that math is correct. That's just off the top of my head. Anybody who does donate to Extra Life or donates to the show in general, we will definitely give you some XP. We really appreciate all of our supporters, especially if it comes towards Extra Life. And there's another follow as well. That one came from Evil Sakura. Thank you for the follow there. Okay, last story. I'll take this one.
Yep.
We don't have Mike to hear this week, so it kind of messes things up, but we'll do our best here. This is interesting. Cyberpunk 2077 will be a, quote, far, far bigger game than The Witcher 3, as unbelievable as that sounds. MCV UK writes, Cyberpunk 2077, the next game from the Witcher developer CD Projekt Red, is the biggest title the studio has ever made. The sci-fi flavored RPG was originally announced back in 2012, but the Polish outlet has remained quiet on specificities of the project since. Now it has been revealed that the title will be ever grander in scale than the third and final entry in the developer's sprawling fantasy series, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This is not a good thing, in my opinion. I'll get into that in a moment. But what's your immediate reaction to the idea of an open world game being even bigger than The Witcher 3?
No, put it away.
Put it away, right?
Get it away from me.
That's my immediate feeling as well. So here's a quote here. Cyberpunk is far bigger than anything else that CD Projekt Red has done before. Far, far bigger. We're really stepping into the unknown in terms of complexity and size and problems we encounter. The Witcher helped Cyberpunk quite a bit because the game got so big and so complex that it really taught us. We really didn't know what was going to happen. If anything, working on The Witcher 3 was a really good and often brutal learning experience. Cyberpunk is going to benefit greatly from it. I can almost guarantee it. I have a lot of things that I want to change and do better the next time around, and I guarantee that almost everyone in the studio has something that they go, quote, I did this time. Next time I can do it differently. I can do it better. The reason I have to imagine you're the same on this. The reason we are concerned about this is it's overwhelming. The Witcher 3, I don't know if I even want to go back to it. Because it's unrealistic to even think I will make a dent into that game.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't have that kind of time anymore. And I'm getting actually tired. Metal Gear Solid, I never thought I would put 80 hours into that game. I wanted that to be a 20, 25 hour game like all the other Metal Gears, but of course it's open world and there's a million things to do and you're forced to do a lot of them. And so I put 80 hours into a game that honestly I didn't want to put it in 80 hours. Are you tired at all of open world? Are you getting to that point?
I love open world games personally, but there's a real difference between a normal open world, like maybe like get 35 hours out of it, to like just these massive, sprawling, ambitious, like crazy, just like I don't even know, like they're not really open. They're like way too open.
Here's the thing, Arkham Knight. Perfect.
Exactly. That
right?
Size.
I finished that game in 15 to 20 hours.
Yeah.
Exactly the amount of time I wanted to put in that game. I can go back to it. I'd probably get another 20 hours out of it if I wanted to, and I probably would enjoy it. But I got done the main story campaign, which was awesome, and had a devotion, clear focus on story and single player campaign. Got it done in the appropriate amount of time. Got it the shit done, got out of there, enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like, that is how an open world game should be.
I agree, and that's the same reason I loved, one of the reasons I loved, what was it, The Lord of the Rings, Shadows of Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor, yeah.
Perfect size world. It was an open world, not too big, not too small. It's about the same amount of time for the campaign. Loved it. That said, like, I think there's room for games like this, but not right after The Witcher 3 just came out, not right after Fallout 4 is coming out. Like, that's too much.
Yeah.
There's not enough time. I like big open games like this because it gives me something to come back to. Like The Witcher 3, I have maybe like 5% in.
Sure.
It's been sitting on my shelf forever because I just don't have
I put about 12
time.
hours in. And don't get me wrong, what I played was great. And the one thing I will say, and hopefully it's the same with Cyberpunk 2077, is even though it's one of the biggest worlds I've ever seen in a game, it is dense. And there's so much going on, so much population, so much activity. It feels like a living, breathing world, something that you sometimes don't get when you go enormous with an open world. Metal Gear Solid 5, for instance, is fucking empty. Like, you're just, when you go from mission to mission, you're running across a barren landscape in Africa or Afghanistan, which is, sorry, but boring. It's just desert or, like, not even lush environments. You're just running across this barren area to the next thing, and you're finding, like, a couple coyote or bears along the way, but, like, that's it. Like, that is not a good reason to do open world. Just to be like, oh, you've got to run across this big world to get to the other one. If they're just making this thing bigger for the sake of saying, oh, it's bigger, that's the wrong reason.
And they do that a lot, don't they? They're
Yeah.
always saying that it's twice the size of this. It's 3 times as big as Arkham City was, and like that's great if the world is fleshed out and you're constantly stumbling on new things to do, you know. But size just for the sake of size.
Got interesting results here. I'll give it another minute. Guys, vote. Are you tired of open world? Yes, it's getting old. No, I love it. Or have you never even played open world games? Is it not something that you're interested in? Keep the votes coming. I'll give it another minute here because we have 10 votes so far. We're also above 100 people in the room. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. 103 people in the room. This is the Level Up Show, episode 94, a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you do like what we're doing at any point, we're on every single week with gaming talk shows and game streams. So just hit that heart button live from PlayStation, bottom left-hand corner of the screen. We will shout you out. We're trying to get to 73, 75. We still need a couple more follows to get there. So please keep that ball rolling. Keep following the show.
I will say, along with it, looks like most of our viewers is no. I'm not tired of them. I do love them.
The poll is reflecting that as well. I think the votes, a whole bunch just came in, so let's reveal the results here. Here's what you guys had to say. Are you tired of open world? And the results are, no, I love it. 78% said that. Yes, it's getting old, says 15%. And never played open world, just one person at 5%. So I'm not surprised. I know open world is the thing right now.
The market reflects it. That's why they're making so many. It's because they sell like freaking gangbusters. But
it's just disappointing for somebody that, don't get me wrong, I enjoy open world games when it's done right, and I can still get through that single player campaign in a reasonable amount of time. But I look at one of my favorite series of all time, Metal Gear Solid, and all I can think is this game could have been what I wanted, the perfect swan song, if it wasn't open world.
Yeah.
Like if they could have at least allowed a path, like an easy way to go straight through the single player campaign with no diversions and no backing out to menus constantly and choosing missions, that destroys that cohesive feel of telling a story.
Right.
If after every mission I'm seeing credits and I have to go back into my helicopter and go back to Mother Base and like all these things going on that separates the story, it no longer feels like a story. It feels like this, like what they intended. It feels like episodes.
Right.
Like, I didn't want that. I didn't want to feel like I was playing episodes. This is freaking Metal Gear. This is a movie. Like, it's always been a movie. Why are you making it a TV show suddenly?
That's true. And not every property is meant for open world, and I think a lot of the time that kind of diminishes the quality of them. It's because, like, just because it's like even if it's a more well-known property, like, it doesn't necessarily need to be open world to make it the best game it can be.
Sure, yeah.
But I do love open world games. They're probably open world with like some RPG elements. That's really kind of like my favorite style of gameplay. But like 60 hours of gameplay is cool. That's great. I can get my way more than my money's worth. Something like The Witcher, where it's like, oh, there's 250 hours of gameplay, and then we're gonna release an expansion to add another 150 hours. I'm like, that's great for all of you who can do it, but like for me, I work full time. I go to school full time. Work on this. I work on YouTube stuff. Can't do it. Just
not
can't.
Happening.
Not gonna happen.
And just to clarify, it's not that I don't like open world. I wouldn't have voted no. I wouldn't have voted yes. It's getting old. I would not have done that.
No, right.
I'm getting tired of existing franchises. So many of them going that direction. It's just like. Even Final Fantasy 15, I'm excited for it, but it's another one. It's another of my favorite series. Suddenly, it's going open world.
Right.
It's just like, can we just get some games that are the normal, like single player focused campaign? Thank God
that's
for
why I'm so
Naughty
excited
Dog.
For fucking Uncharted 4,
right?
Man. Like that's sometimes you just need that break. Even if it's like just that, if it's just a break.
Yeah.
And then like make all the open world games you want. That's nice to have the variety, but like don't stop making linear experiences as well, because it seems like that's kind of the trending.
Feel free to call in, guys, and give your opinion. Call in at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces, on Skype. I missed a comment there. I think it was directed at me. Did you see something there? I saw Drew, and then I missed it.
BMC Music said both Drew and Brad did awesome streams this week.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. We played Metal Gear. And I love playing it.
Peter Pandini said, so you want less content? No, not necessarily.
Oh, no, definitely not. No.
Just want a variety of games. That's all. I don't want everything to be this sprawling 250-hour experience.
Yeah, I love playing these small indie ones that are 2 to 3 hours. I love playing Naughty Dog games that are this concise, focused story told over 15 to 20 hours.
Right.
I love that. Please just don't like feel like the entire market wants open world and suddenly every single franchise that we know and love is becoming this 200-hour massive game that doesn't have this focus to it.
Right.
It has to have a focus, I feel. That's my main complaint. Let's talk to Jose, who said 500 hours for Fallout, or he's angry. Jose, welcome to the show, man.
What's going on, dude?
Hey, welcome. I saw that you said Fallout 4 needs to be at least 500 hours.
I hope it's that long. I mean, if it's not, I'll still enjoy it. But 500 hours.
That's your goal. That's your desire.
Like, if I do all the stuff, like all the side quests and main quests, I'll be like, I'm just gonna like shoot things for fun for like a while.
Do you honestly have that amount of time? Do you have time to play a game for 500 hours?
I don't have a job, so yeah.
Oh, good for you, man.
Living the dream, man.
Living the dream. I wish I could say that.
Uncharted collection right now.
Let me rephrase that. I don't wish I could say I don't have a job. I wish I could say I don't have a job and I'm doing just fine. Like,
yeah.
I don't need that job. I wish I could be somebody who had like this.
That really is the dream, right? Just chilling and playing.
Self-sustaining income and like just play games all day.
So
or
when you
do
play,
this.
will you buy like other games alongside of that and just like hop back in here and there, or will you only play that game?
I'll be playing other stuff. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
So when Fallout 4 comes out, you're going to still be playing some other stuff, or is Fallout 4 going to take over your life for a little while?
Fallout 4 is going to be a majority. I'm like, let's see, Fallout 4 equals goodbye social life, because I don't really have, I don't have a social life to begin with, so.
Oh, don't say that. I feel bad for you now.
You're here, man. This is social.
This is social, that's right.
But I don't know any of you.
Yes, you do.
We know you enough.
You know us, and we know you. I would call us friends.
Yeah, it's not much deeper than what you're seeing on the surface here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even look at most of you guys as acquaintances, especially the guys that call in. I look at you guys as friends, and we talk almost every single week. That's just me personally, but either way, here's the thing. Let me ask you this. When it comes to Fallout 4, what about the main single-player campaign? What do you think is an appropriate length to get through that? The whole game is 500 hours, okay? Let's say that. But to get through the main campaign, get to that ending before you go back into the world and do side quests, how long should that be?
Let's see. Assuming there's a good story to it.
Yeah, right?
I'd say about 30 to 50 hours.
30 to 50. I say that's a good length. I'd say I could definitely deal with a game being 30 hours, maybe even more if I'm really enjoying it.
That seems satisfying.
Yeah, and then 500 hours on top of that for side quests, cool deal.
Yeah. Just
show me all those waypoints to all those story moments, and I'm happy, and make it a cohesive story. It's something that's told in a way that I feel like if I'm just going straight through it, it feels like a linear thing.
Yeah.
And then for anybody else who wants to take it a non-linear direction, they have that as well. I think that's the way to go.
I agree.
Jose, man, thanks for calling in, as always.
All right, man, level up.
Level up. All right, what do we got next here? We got our trailer of the week. You inspired me earlier today, Dean.
Wasn't it a good trailer?
It is good. It is a good trailer.
I'm very excited about this.
Check it out, guys. Our trailer of the week.
Especially knowing now what I know that they announced since Comic-Con.
Oh, shit.
It started how these things do. A hero taking a stand against evil. But there's always something worse out there. Something bigger, waiting in the darkness. So the hero finds allies. They may have challenges. They may be far from home. And their past may follow them wherever they go. But when faced with true evil, real heroes are on the front line. A assembling something larger than any of us could ever imagine.
What do you think, Dean? You're gonna be picking this one up?
Oh yeah, dude. No doubt about it. I'm so excited. I love the Lego games, and they keep like I feel like they have like just like a rep like following my life, and they're like, oh, this is what he likes right now. Let's make a game about that.
Yeah.
They just keep like nailing it, dude. Like at first, I was already excited because I was like, sweet, just Avengers stuff, and then I was kind of like, how are they gonna have enough content to make a whole, like the Lego games are usually like 35 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And they have open worlds, and I was like, it's just based on the 2 movies, so I don't know how that's going to work, but then as they just announced, it's going to be almost all of Marvel's Phase 2 movies. So it's going to cover Winter Soldier, Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, Age of Ultron, Avengers 1. So I'm so excited, dude. And it looks like there's going to be some new like combat moves added, these like team up moves. I'm super stoked.
Nice.
Anyway, heard nothing but good things from all the previewers from Comic-Con, so that's exciting.
Nice. Guys, we got our first giveaway of the night we're about to get to right now. It is for The Walking Dead Season 1 and also 400 Days. Now, these are Steam codes. So if we're going to do a raffle giveaway. You guys are going to be able to buy raffle tickets using your existing XP. But if you do not have Steam, if you don't have a PC, don't take part. Don't mess up and skew the results of this. We're going to give that 5 minutes, and I'm going to begin the raffle right now. It's going to be 100 XP per ticket, and you can buy a maximum of 10 tickets. I think is what I'm going to go with. Actually, no, I'm going to raise that to 200. You guys have so much XP at this point. I'm going to raise that to 200 XP per ticket. You can buy a maximum of 10 tickets. Hopefully this works. Boom. Did that work in the chat room?
Looks like it.
All right, nice. All right, 5 minutes starting now, guys. It is ! ticket space the number of tickets you want to buy, 1 through 10, whatever you want. Home Like Bachu. Bacchus? Whom Like Bacchus? Thank you for the compliment, man. Really appreciate that. We got several more follows now. See who those came from here. We had Home Like Bacchus also followed us. We had Yiffy420, Magic Lemons, Evil Sakura, Blitz Dude, Destiny Goes, Big Jess, AJ, and Momo Loves Ya. Thank you for the follows, guys. Keep those follows coming. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation, bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Your name will pop up on the TV, and we will shout you out. Where do you find out where XP is? You can do ! XP if you want to see how much XP you have at that moment, but you can only do that once every 20 minutes. So I would recommend waiting right before the giveaways before checking your XP. And let's see if it's working out here. Go to the raffles. So so far it's only saying Guitar Freak has gotten it right. And that doesn't seem right to me because I'm seeing several people. No, not tickets. ! Tickets. Everybody's doing tickets. You're doing it wrong.
It's just ticket singular?
It's ticket singular, guys.
No S, just ticket.
Let me pause the thing here. I'm going to pause the countdown because I want you guys to make sure you get this right. Guitar Freak had it right. He's the only one that got it right. He's the only person who has actually bought tickets so far. It is ! Ticket, the space, and then the number. TX Puck. There you go. You got it right. All right. It seems like you guys are catching on now. There we go. You guys are catching on. Okay. I'm going to resume the countdown. We got 5 people already a part of this. And you guys got 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the countdown. All right. So moving on from that, let's get back into the level update here.
Oh, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gravy Biscuits mentioned Lego Avengers, the first Lego game to have the open world on Vita.
Open world?
Yeah, well, like usually when they port the Lego games to Vita, they make like little levels out of it. They'll break it up into like,
separate it
levels. But this is gonna have the open world.
More support for Vita.
Interesting, right?
Nice. That's cool. All right. So back to Metal Gear Solid stuff here. Konami announces Metal Gear Solid 5 FOB insurance DLC. FOB is your forward operating base. It's the base that you build, and you can actually fight online with other bases and, try and take supplies from other people, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't really taken part in this because I'm not interested in the online functionality of Metal Gear. But this is kind of messed up. Listen to this. Your FOBs are always at risk of coming under attack. Now, you can rest easy with FOB Insurance, a paid service. If you sign up for insurance, then during the insurance period, you will be compensated for any materials and staff lost due to rival infiltrations. First part of this, staff materials stolen by the rival will remain intact on your base, and an identical amount of staff materials will be handed over to the rival instead. MB coins are purchased with real money, but free MB coins are also distributed periodically as login bonuses if you have insurance. And then these are not covered by FOB insurance. Staff items that are not fully your property, such as abducted staff being held in your brig, wounded staff, and also staff used by you to deploy in defense of the FOB. So this is pretty much paying insurance to cheat.
It sounds like the worst.
You're literally paying for insurance so that if other people infiltrate your base online, one of the core functionalities of the online experience, you are compensated.
So is this like microtransactions, or is it a one-time fee?
It's a monthly fee. You spend a monthly insurance.
Real money.
Yes, real money. And your base is safe, is insured from infiltration.
Wait, so it's not really DLC then? It's like micro. It's like a recurring subscription service, right?
It's a way of cheating, basically. It's a way of protecting your base. Even if you are infiltrated and you lose all the stuff, it compensates you with that exact stuff because you have FOB insurance and you're spending a monthly subscription fee.
Right.
That blows my mind.
And how much is it?
I actually don't know that part of it. But I feel like
I need to know how much.
I need to know. Like, that is. And more, I guess, if you're going to go for that, cool. Like, I have no problem. If you're willing to spend the money, I feel like that's so dirty to me. That just sounds dirty.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. That sounds real
There's something off about that.
Yeah, I really need to find out the price because, like, that's absurd. That's like microtransaction, like, taken to the next level.
Everton Tyler says microtransactions are the evil of today. There are some games that actually do microtransactions in a decent and sometimes even cool, tasteful way.
Yeah.
This is not one of them, in my opinion.
No, I also think Destiny is going on a slippery slope with their microtransaction. Yeah, did you hear about that?
No, I did not.
They I don't think it's in yet, but they're going to introduce microtransactions to where you can buy little things like emotes or shaders.
Sure.
I think shaders. I know emotes. But like, where's that going to end? Like, is it going to start me and Rick and John were talking about it? It's like, I don't know, like once you start paying for shaders and then maybe they're like, oh, so many people are buying shaders. Maybe they'll pay for blue engrams. Maybe they'll pay for legendaries. And you're like, in a loot-based game, I feel like it's very dangerous to add.
The problem with that is, people are going for it, and the more people go for it, the more they're like, all right, let's push it a little bit further. Let's see what they'll go for next. Let's see how far we can drag these people along with microtransactions.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
And they will find out that they can drag them on forever because for some reason, gamers have there's always at least a certain amount that is going to be like, why not? 99 cents for this, 99 cents for that.
Yeah, you know what? Even I have caught sometimes it's like 2 in the morning and like you're playing a game or like you're just messing around the PSN store. You're like, oh yeah, what's this? Yeah, sure, I'll check this out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's where it starts.
That's where it starts.
And they take advantage of that sleepiness days.
True story. Let's draw the winner here. The winner of The Walking Dead Season 1 and 400 Days on Steam is Ghost Games. I feel like that's appropriate. One of our mods, one of our big supporters here, Daryl, is the winner. Could you please maybe open up or even put it in the outline? The outline will be fine. If you could just put next to that there, yes, put Daryl, Ghost Games. Ghost, I will tweet. I'll direct message you since I have you on Facebook and Twitter. I will send those codes to you for those 2 games. that is that one for now. We will have another giveaway a little later on the show. And at the very end of the show, around midnight for us, we're going to be giving out a $10 PSN code. So stick around, guys. We'll be giving those out later on in the show.
Daryl, season 1 of Walking Dead is awesome. Enjoy it, man.
Very good. Very, very good. You were in for a treat, man. We got another follow there from DCP77. We also had Gee of War, not Gear of War, Gee of War 4. Thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it, man. Keep those follows coming. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation. And Dean, you can take the next story, man.
Cool. 80% of PlayStation 4 owners have not played an Uncharted game.
Wow.
Yeah, interesting. MCV writes, with all 3 PS3 Uncharted games coming to PS4 in the form of Nathan Drake Collection this Friday, last Friday now, Naughty Dog's community strategist Eric Monacelli?
What?
Monacelli?
Go with that, Monacelli. I think that sounds better than Monticelli Catelli.
Eric Monacelli told MCV he expects a similarly fervent reception. Quote, I do personally expect the Uncharted collection to do as well as The Last of Us Remastered, he said. Company-wide, our studio loves it. They set the bar at the studio porting the games to PS4. Bluepoint and did a really good job with everything, adding new features and making sure that everything looks good. So yeah, our expectations are high. We hope it does quite well. Monacelli added that the very same untouched audience on PS4 could drive the Uncharted collection sales. It's pretty massive, he admits. We did a lot of research and discovered that about 80% of the people that own a PS4 have never played Uncharted, period. That was one of the reasons why we thought remastering it would be a good idea. Also because they have a 4th installment coming in March.
Right.
So it's all these new people to get on board for that. And the other reason we decided we wanted to do it, especially when we got The Last of Us Remastered done, we thought, oh man, this would be cool if we could go back. Listen to me all right now, right here. If you're one of the 80% who've never played an Uncharted game, grab the Nathan Drake Collection. It's one of my favorite series of all time. All around, story, action, graphics, the whole package is one of the just tightest experiences ever. And this remastered version, 1080p, 60 frames per second, it could be no better. It's so good. I personally love this trilogy as a whole more than The Last of Us.
As a whole, yeah. I can understand that. I feel like no individual game in Uncharted is quite as good as The Last of Us, in my opinion. But as a whole, I feel like the series of Uncharted is more pivotal even than The Last of Us, potentially.
I agree. I think I agree with you. And the thing is, like, every game has its weak points in the package, you know? Like, the graphics are great, but maybe this could be a little better. The story's great, maybe this could be a little better.
Yeah.
Uncharted does all of those things, and it does them well.
Sure.
And that's the thing. Like, yeah, I think The Last of Us individually bests the games individually, one for one. You know what I mean? But yeah, as a whole, this trilogy is like, it's just so awesome.
This should be an interesting poll then, because these are all people that are watching on PS4 right now. If they're watching live from PlayStation, if they're able to take part in this poll, that means they own a PS4, right?
You'll get that right now.
So let's find out how many of you have played an Uncharted game, because I feel like it's going to be a lot more than 20%.
Yeah.
Here with our viewers, I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more.
Skiblade 187 said, playing it now, 1 looks so good. Wait until you get to 3, man. Because 1 was the worst looking one. Mm-hmm. And now remastered. Have you seen any of the...
I know that Uncharted 1, Drake's Fortune, had the greatest upgrade because it needed the biggest upgrade. Dude. 3 doesn't need much of an upgrade. That game was stunningly beautiful on PS3, but now it's 1080p, now it's 60 frames per second. It's like...
Yeah, it's going to have the last coat of polish that makes it pop, you know? But yeah, 1 looks fantastic, so just wait until you see the 3rd one.
That's the thing, is even with 3, they didn't just upgrade the resolution and the frame rate, they redid a lot of texture work. Mm-hmm. Like, check out the side-by-side comparisons, you can see that they put a lot of work into the texture upgrades.
That's what makes the big difference is, like, when you're walking through the jungle, like, you know, a lot of the patches of grass are just, like, flat textures grass,
sure,
you know what I mean? And then there's the little areas where there's little, like, bushes and stuff you can walk through. But 3, it's like you see the blades move. It gets to a whole nother level, you know.
Whole other level, yeah.
I can't wait, dude. I'm playing 1 because I want to platinum it, but like, I'm really just playing 1 so I can get the 2 and 3. I'm really excited about it.
I think when it comes to like overall IPs and franchises on PS3, that was my favorite.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that's...
And the best new, like relatively new IP franchise in like the last 10 years, I think that's probably the best one.
Yeah.
It might be. It's up there.
I think it may be my favorite, if not just one of my favorite series of all time. It might be my favorite series of all time. I love Uncharted, dude.
Yeah, I love it too, man.
I love Uncharted. I love Drake as a character. I just love the whole thing.
And here's what you guys voted. How many of you have played an Uncharted game? I'm not surprised here. That it's pretty much been exactly reversed, with 75% saying yes, 14% no, and I don't plan to, 10% saying no, but I will now. Yeah. So almost entirely reversed on our community here.
The good thing is, something that's seemingly been dead and buried is that you can play a demo of it on the PlayStation Store before you pick it up. So
something very smart that they did there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because anybody who plays that, even if it's just the first game, which is, in our opinion, the weakest of the 3, still, though, playing 20 minutes alone of Drake's Fortune, I think will change your mind on this series. It'll make you want to play the whole thing. And I'll take this last story here. Really great news. Sony officially drops the PS4 price. Since the launch of PS4, we have been thrilled with the amount of gamers jumping into the world of PlayStation for the first time. This comes from the PlayStation blog. If you haven't made the jump yet and you're starting early on your holiday wish list, I have good news. We're dropping the price of the PlayStation 4 system in the US and Canada. Starting tomorrow, October 9th, you'll be able to pick up the PS4 starting at a new price of $349 US or 429 Canadian dollars. Our goal at PlayStation has always been to provide the best gameplay experiences at the best value, and we feel that this new compelling price will open the doors to even more gamers that have yet to purchase a system. Over the past few months, we've introduced a number of bundles that feature some of the biggest games coming to PS4 this holiday season. Here's a snapshot of the new prices for the current PS4 hardware lineup. Really cool that the bundles are also dropping in price. So right now, you can get the Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection bundle for $350, and if you get it at Target, you can get another $50 off of that.
Yeah, that's an insane deal.
Because they have the Target gift card that goes with that. So $300 technically for the Uncharted Nathan Drake bundle. That's awesome. Limited edition Call of Duty Black Ops 3 bundle, that's $449. That's the special console one that they changed the look of it. The limited edition Disney Infinity one is $450. The limited edition Battlefront one, the one that looks like Vader's chest plate and all that, that's $450. But the Star Wars Battlefront PS4 bundle, that's going to be $400 this holiday season. So that's going to do really well, I have a feeling. You got the NHL 16 PS4 bundle for $450. Oh, and I'm sorry, I read that wrong. The Uncharted is $400. It's $350 with the Target gift card off of that.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait. No, I was right. It is $350. It is.
Okay.
$350 for the Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection bundle, and then $50 off of that if you are at Target. $430 limited edition Call of Duty. $400 limited edition Disney Infinity, $399 for the limited edition Star Wars, $350 for the Battlefront PS4 bundle. That's going to be the big holiday seller, and PS4 NHL is only in Canada. That's $430. So I was reading the wrong column there for a moment. So that's great. All the bundles are mostly dropping in $50 price point as well. I think that this is going to be enough to fend off Halo this October and November, I think. What do you think? MPD wise, do you think that Microsoft is finally going to win MPD with Halo, or do you think that the PS4 price drop is going to keep them in the lead?
Okay, I'm glad I just scrolled down a little bit, and I didn't want to spoil our own stories, but no, I think PS4 is going to stay in the lead.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially with these like the Battlefront bundle is going to sell like crazy. I don't think it's going to sell as well, but 1 for a deal. The limited edition Disney Infinity Star Wars bundle.
Yeah.
Is that comes with the? That doesn't come with the Darth Vader console, right?
No,
just
I don't think so.
Starter.
It's just
So even with that though, you get the game and 2 figures and then a console.
Let me know if anybody in the chat room knows that it might come with the Darth Vader themed console,
right?
Because it's a Star Wars Infinity bundle, right?
That's what I'm wondering.
It might. Correct us if we're wrong on that, but I do think that both bundles come with the Darth Vader.
Yeah, so that there is also really great bundle. And then Uncharted, all 3 games remastered to start you off when you're brand new PS4. It's just so crazy.
Can't go wrong. You really can't.
Yeah, it's nuts, dude. I would think I'm not, but I am thinking if Jen's watching still, I'm not thinking about it. Getting a second PS4 for my downstairs.
Jen, are you watching right now?
Because like we keep having this struggle where like we want to use the PS3 in our room for like Netflix and stuff, but then it's also our Blu-ray player for our family room. I'm like, what if we just get a second PS4, dude?
It sounds so bad, but I honestly have temptations to get a third.
Really?
PS4
what would you do
for the master bedroom? I want to be able to play my PS4 games in my master bedroom.
Yeah, I feel that, dude.
You know?
What do you guys do? You use PS3?
We use a PS3 now.
Netflix and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's not. I don't see anyone exploding or ripping me to shreds, so she must be asleep.
We have a PlayStation in every room of the house, basically.
That's wild,
we got the
dude.
PS4 down here. We got the PS4 in the family room. We got the PS3 in the master bedroom, and we have the PS3 in Greg's guest room when he comes over. There's a PS3 there as well. So I feel like we need one more for when we need another PS3 for another guest room, so that the PS4 can be the master bedroom.
Dude, if you could swing it, why not? Dude, if I could swing it, I'd have PS4s in every room just so I can have it.
Once it drops at like $199, I'll get another one.
Yeah, me. That's where I'm at. Like, it's getting to the point where I'm like dangerously close. But if it drops like another like $50, I'm like, fuck it, I'm getting it.
Yep. All right, guys, let's go to another quick commercial break here. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. Hold on tight. Set up the poll now for the next one.
But that really is like, there's so many good deals, man. It's a great time. I almost wish I didn't have a PS4 just because, like, of all the limited edition ones. The Taken King one, what's probably the most impressive limited edition one that you've seen so far, do you think?
I really like the Metal Gear one.
Metal Gear one was cool. The Taken King one I liked a lot.
That was cool as well. Yep.
Yeah.
The Frozen PS4 in Japan.
Yeah, but it wasn't even like, I feel like that had potential, but it wasn't even like...
It was black, first of all, which made no sense to me.
Right, like I was thinking like white or blue with like little icicles or something cool, like nothing.
Weird. Dude. I think they did that because it's Japan and they're like, the white is the norm over there, so this one was like special edition because it was black.
Yeah.
Right? They're like reversed over there. But the weird thing is in Canada, the price point at this point is actually in ways higher than when at launch because of how the Canadian dollar has changed. In relation to the American dollar, you would actually been better off. I read you would have been better off buying a Canadian PS4 at launch than now, which is kind of crazy. That sucks.
That does suck. Rick said, "I think you should get 2 more. Why not get one for your master bathroom too?
Why not?
Why not?
Right? I want to put a TV in my bathroom. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, you know, I always overestimate the amount of time I'm going to spend in the bathroom. I really do. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to, like, sit down and poop and play a game. And then, like, before you know it, I'm out already. I'm like,
that'd be awesome.
Damn, you're done on it so quick.
I take moments every now and then where I bring my laptop in the bathroom or something, and I just have a good time.
You just sit.
I just sit.
But then there comes a point where you realize you're just sitting.
Right?
And then you're like,
you could be sitting anyway.
Yeah, I should probably just get out of here.
I should get out of here. I could sit in a comfortable couch right now as opposed to on a toilet. We got another couple follows here. We're at 7373. Actually, let me just welcome back everybody to the show here. Welcome back, Level Uppers, to the Level Up Show, episode 94. This is a gaming dedicated talk show on every Sunday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you like what we're doing right now, you can check us out every week. We're on every week with gaming talk shows and game streams. Just hit that follow button, the heart button, in the bottom left-hand corner of your PlayStation screen right now. It's in the menu. Your name will pop up on the TV. We will shout you out like these guys. Thank you to Mark Diddy. We also had DCP77, Gear of War, Home Like Bacchus, Yiffy420, Magic Lemons, Evil Sakura, a Extra Life donation from Derek. Thank you so much, Derek, D9 Fox. We have more Twitch follows from Blitz Dude, Destiny Ghost, Big Jess, AJ, and Momo loves ya. Keep those follows coming, guys. We just need 2 more, and we'll give out 300 XP to the entire chat room. What were we about to do?
We just came back, and it looks we have
another giveaway, right? All right, here we go. Second giveaway of the night. This one is for Game of Thrones Season 1, the entire season. This one, though, can only be redeemed on the Telltale website, which is telltalegames.com/redeem. I will also put that into the message that I sent.
And is this for PC or?
This is, you know what? I wonder if they allow you to choose. I hope that they do, but I don't know.
I didn't know Telltale had their own specific code. That's pretty cool.
I don't know what this is for. who was
Good luck.
Tyler Elkins. If you're still in the room, do you know if it is only for PC or if you redeem this code, can it also be used on PS4, Xbox One, wherever? Game of Thrones is the Steam code. Okay, so this is still Steam, even though you're redeeming it through TelltaleGames.com. It is it's still for Steam, so keep that in mind, guys. We're gonna do the raffle right now, same as before, 200 XP per ticket, and you can buy a maximum of 10 tickets. So this is Game of Thrones Season 1. I think I typed that in right. 10 tickets. All right, beginning now. Did that work?
Yes.
Don't forget, it's !tickets space the number of tickets you want to purchase. You can do a maximum of 10. They're 200 XP each. Keep that in mind as well, because don't run out of XP. We are doing a $10 PSN code at the end of the stream tonight, around midnight. All right. While that runs, let's move back to the level update once again here. Let's see. Next up, Supermassive Games discusses Until Dawn's success and what comes next. This was an interview with PlayStation Lifestyle. How is Until Dawn doing sales-wise? It isn't performing as expected, better. We saw it do well in sales data, which a lot of people were surprised with. Supermassive response, it definitely surpassed expectations. I think that's already been stated in other interviews, and reports of significant retail outlets running out of stock during the first weeks after release kind of supports that. Lifestyle then asked, what should we expect from Supermassive next? Any new games in the same genre or completely different new projects? Is Until Dawn 2 being considered at all, or is it too early? To which they responded, I think that you should expect the team to build on what we've done with Until Dawn, whether it's in horror or in other genres. We're already working on one thing that does that, while exploring other avenues for our other teams in anticipation of them finishing their current projects. We do talk internally about what Until Dawn 2 could be, as it clearly can't be a sequel in the traditional sense with the same characters facing the same threat, not least of which because in different stories, some or all of them are already dead. We've investigated other ways we could do Until Dawn 2, but it probably is a little early to be discussing that. Here's the thing. Don't do that necessarily. Like, don't do Until Dawn, the same killer.
Right.
I want them to do, like, different tropes within the horror genre.
Yeah,
we had our slasher killer now, right? With Until Dawn 1. Do something completely different with Until Dawn 2. Keep it in the horror genre potentially, but maybe make it more of like a thriller. I don't know. Just I still want to have that branching path, the butterfly effect. I think that's going to be the staple of their franchise moving forward. But I feel like there's a lot of other directions they could go.
Yeah, there's other things they can do within the horror genre. There's like subgenres within the horror genre.
Right. You know,
like Scream would be like your slasher killer, but then you have like a psychological thriller, maybe like a Freddy Krueger.
You've got your very common paranormal type stuff right now, ghosts and stuff like that. You could do a ghost horror movie.
Supernatural stuff would be cool.
Exorcism.
Yeah, that would be cool, dude.
You know,
how would that play though?
Right? I don't know.
Choices go.
I don't know.
Are you the priest, like, rip her head off or bless her with
holy water? The power of Christ compels you. That's all you can say in the entire film, or the entire game. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. Over and over. Well, I think if they are inventive and creative, there's definitely potential for them to do interesting things within the horror genre as far as other tropes goes. Let us know in the chat room if you have any ideas yourselves, guys. Doesn't necessarily have to be horror in the traditional sense. It could be something completely different.
That's true.
You're up next, Dean. Go ahead.
Phil Spencer, this was what I was talking about earlier. I almost brought this up, and then I scrolled down to see if we had it. Phil Spencer says, I don't know if Xbox One can beat PS4, which is so crazy to read out loud.
Yeah.
Videogamer.com writes, Xbox chief Phil Spencer has admitted that he doesn't know whether Microsoft will be able to overtake Sony this generation, acknowledging that PS4 has a huge lead over Xbox One. Asked whether Microsoft could beat Sony this gen during a panel at the 2015 GeekWire Summit, Spencer told the audience, I don't know. The length of the generation, they, meaning Sony, have a huge lead and they have a good product. I love the content, the games lineup that we have. So, I don't even know where to begin.
Is that the end of it there?
No, there's more. Spencer said that he felt Microsoft had fundamentally lost the trust of our most loyal customers around the time of the Xbox One's launch. Whether it's always on, used games, whatever the feature was, we lost the trust in them and that they were the center of our decision-making process, he said. We're building a product for us, or were we building a product for gamers? And as soon as that question came into people's minds and they looked at anything, whether it was the power of our box, our launch lineup, microtransactions, any of the features that you talked about, what you find is very quickly you lose the benefit of the doubt. You lose your customer's assumption that the reason you're building your product is to delight them and not just to build a better and more maybe manipulative product.
I mean, I got to give it to him. The guy is blunt, man, and he's not holding back here in recognizing the failure that the Xbox One was at launch as far as communication goes, especially communication. That was the big problem there, was that they weren't communicating well what was going on with Xbox One. Was it always online? How was it always online? They tried to rectify that the best they can by getting rid of Don Mattrick to begin with and bringing in Phil Spencer. But at the same time, they talked about this one Kind of Funny. Is he kind of calling it quits a little early here? Like, do you feel like it's kind of maybe even demoralizing to his team to hear him say, yeah, we're probably going to lose this generation, but we're going to do the best we can? Like, shouldn't he be just like, no, we're going to fight to the last leg of this race?
I feel that way, yeah. I feel like he should be. It's almost like, if you're Sony, like, does it even feel good winning when the other person's, like, running with a broken leg?
Right.
And they're like, don't worry about me.
He's so far behind. It's just like, so what is Sony going to do at this point? Just like, hey, guys, slow up. Let's let them catch up a little bit here.
Like, I don't know. I mean, first of all, where I come down on is he's everything he said was put very eloquently. Like,
yeah, he's right.
He's super well spoken. He's dead on about the issue. That's exactly the problem. Is they lost the trust of their most loyal customers, and they're just kind of realizing now that hurts in the long run, you know?
But that being said, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that they could catch up.
I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility either, and I almost wonder by the way that he, like, just threw this on the doorstep of Xbox fans, is that, like, I don't know, is he trying to, like, Trojan horse us? Because, like, it seems not like him.
No, right?
It really doesn't, like... I love Phil Spencer, first of all. Yes, I do prefer PlayStation 4, but I own an Xbox One. And I should probably know, really one of the main reasons I went and got an Xbox One is because of Phil Spencer.
Right.
Because once he showed up and he kind of changed the course of the ship, I was like, yeah, man, I'll get behind this. Like, the games that are coming now and the messaging is right, and I'll give it a shot. So now, like, the fact that they're just, like, straight up receding is kind of grim.
And here's the thing. PS3 was able to break even by the end of it all, and PS3, I think, was in a much worse predicament at the beginning of last generation, even than Xbox One. You know, Xbox One had a terrible launch when it comes to the perception of the console itself, and just the fan like reception, just like how down people were on Xbox. But as far as sales go, PS3 was doing worse.
Yeah, I agree.
Much worse. Like, it was really suffering at the beginning there. I mean, if they can just continue delivering on big exclusives like Tomb Raider and Gears of War and Halo and Forza and Fable even, and then Quantum Break, you know, if they can continue doing that kind of stuff and keeping the pressure on Sony while also rectifying that image that they had in the first year and a half, 2 years, I think that they can break even. I think there's potential there.
I think they can definitely. To what your point about, like, the team, like, yeah, that's got to seem really bad. Like, this guy was the only one left, I feel like.
Right.
Who was, like, really, like, no, we got this. He was like, I believe in our lineup, and I believe in this hardware. And, like, he always had really positive messaging. He was very careful to not really take... He really didn't take...
He's the anti-Don Mattrick.
Yeah, he really didn't take any shots, like, at Sony. He was very, like, professional. He got the messaging clear, and now all of a sudden, I feel like out of the blue, he's like... Like, where's this one quote that we read? Like, you know, they have a huge lead and they have a good product. I love the content, the games lineup that we have.
It's like, come on,
You're
man.
Like, dude,
try a little harder than that.
Jesus God.
He sounds broken.
Yeah, it really does sound broken.
He sounds broken, like his heart's been broken almost.
That's why like, maybe he was just having a bad day.
Maybe he's like, you know what?
He's like, maybe
I'm tired of hearing this question.
Like,
you know, we're done for.
Yeah, maybe that is it. Maybe he's just sick of being asked about it.
Yeah.
He was like, no, we suck. Sorry.
I'm giving you guys the option to vote as well here. Can Xbox catch PS4? Yes, they will win. Yes, they'll break even, like the PS3 did with the Xbox 360, or they don't stand a chance.
What if it is a Trojan horse, though? And what if they're just like December December 25th, they're like, we've been sitting on Halo 6 here.
Yeah.
Like something
Just
crazy.
doubling
dude.
down on Halo.
Like,
right?
holy shit, that would be wild.
Here's the thing. The reason I don't think they probably will catch up, is America is really their only territory at this point.
Yeah, they lost.
It's just they're being decimated in Japan, and even Europe now is very, very pro PS4. A reversal of last generation, especially in the UK. The UK was Xbox land this last generation. That reversed. And it doesn't seem like that is going to come back. America is their battleground.
Right.
Like, they still have a chance in America. They might win the last couple months of this year, just like they did last year. They won the holiday last year. They might do that this year as well with Halo.
Is Sony in the lead in America? Or
yes.
No?
Sony is in the lead in America. Sony is in the lead everywhere.
Right.
But in America, not by as much as you might think. Not really at all. It's like a million or two. It's very, very tight in America. More so than I think people realize. They have a chance to take America, take worldwide. I doubt it. Here's the
thing that I keep thinking of ever since I read this is that, like, all of their cards are out on the table at this point.
Right.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
They've pretty much given you their entire 2016 lineup. Sony, however, Xbox has the better holiday this year.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Sony's got nothing really this holiday except for Nathan Drake.
Yep. And Until Dawn as well is a great game to pick up this holiday. If you didn't.
And then some third-party stuff. So the thing with Sony is, which you and I discussed the other day, only people who put out a game over this past year are second-party. So they've got, 5, 6 first-party studios who have just been toiling away. Yeah. And then in 2016, when Xbox is like, all their stuff is out there, and PS4 has the advantage now because they know everything that Microsoft's doing, and nobody knows anything that they're doing.
We're going to talk about this a lot on It Only Does PlayStation this Wednesday. We were just saying there's so many things that we don't know. We're going to talk about what we think those might be. But just to go a little further, like, even Guerrilla Games, they released Killzone. They're coming out with Horizon. Killzone's team is working on something right now. Guerrilla has 2 teams.
I think 2016 especially, I think 2016 in general is going to be massive for Sony.
Yep.
And I think their 2016 holiday is going to fuck, pardon my language, Microsoft up, dude.
Just now you're realizing well, I'm probably going to say fuck.
But dude, I think it's really going to
they are doing
bloodbath.
The smart thing though. They did what Xbox did last generation in focusing on these third-party bundles, taking away the DLC. Call of Duty is now a Sony DLC thing, something that we never saw before.
Right.
But even Battlefronts, Call of Duty, Disney Infinity, they're taking all these great holiday franchises
behind them,
right? And they're doing the right thing. If they're going to have a light holiday season, that is the right way to go, is to really focus on those third-party platforms and releasing these bundles at a low price, at a price drop. I think that they're going to survive, actually, this holiday season because of those things. But I do think that Xbox will probably win November and December, just like they did last year.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they're going to have the better deals, and they're going to have the better exclusives this holiday. So we're going to have to wait and see. Let's look at the results here, though. Can Xbox catch PS4? Here's what you guys had to say. Wait for it. They don't stand a chance at 61%. Yes, they'll break even at 28%, and only 9% saying yes, they will surpass and win this generation. So you guys are probably right. I think that's probably the safe way to go. I do think that Sony probably has this generation in the bag, but I think it was kind of the wrong way to go for Phil Spencer to admit that, or even just give anything to that. He should have been, you know what? Well, whatever happens, happens, but we're going to fight to the very end. That's all he had to say. That's all he had to say.
Even if he doesn't believe you, or he doesn't believe in it.
Yeah.
It's like, just say it, dude.
Just say it.
Just say it.
Yeah.
I would be afraid, honestly.
Be afraid.
I really think first of all, just the fact alone that March is Uncharted 4. And probably in the same year, we're going to get God of War 4.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's gonna be...
Even though it hasn't been announced yet, I think we talked about this before, and we're going to talk about it more. PlayStation Experience, me and Dean here, I think, are in agreement that it's either going to be God of War 4, Gran Turismo 7, or both.
If Uncharted 4 and God of War 4 and Gran Turismo 7 all come out in the same year, it's over.
I honestly don't think Sony would do that because you can see Sony what they're doing here. They're spreading their big games out.
Yeah, they're playing the long game.
Yeah,
which is the smarter game to play,
Yep.
in my opinion.
And Xbox is showing the fear. They're shooting their load every like.
Dude, now especially they may as well just be laying there with their green bellies up.
Green bellies
this
up.
was not a good image to put out there at all.
Why don't you take the next story as well, because you actually played Shovel Knight, and this is a Shovel Knight story.
Shovel Knight retail version delayed, raised in price, and canceled on Xbox. It's terrible. This is a terrible sentence. Delayed, raised in price, and canceled on Xbox One. IGN's Matt Porter writes, the news comes via the Yacht Club Games website, where it says that the retail version of Shovel Knight will now be out on November 3rd in North America and October 30th in Europe. The final few steps of the Plague of Shadows content took a little longer than expected, but it was important to us that this update be on the disc/cart right out of the box, says the announcement. Unfortunately, that meant we did have to push back the date just a little bit. In addition, the Xbox One retail version of Shovel Knight has been canceled for now due to, quote, publishing policies on that platform that are totally beyond our control. However, the digital version of Xbox One is still available. The price of the physical version has been raised from $20 to $25, but if you pre-ordered at the $20 price point, your retailer should honor that original price. The decision is due to the fact that some retailers ran into trouble with limited space to show their wares, and the rules in place where games with certain prices are displayed. We didn't want our bargain price games to go straight into the bargain bin. I really think $5 raise is like gonna make or break them.
I think it's a weird.
That's weird.
Like you said, it wasn't even about the quality of the game or what they deserve. It was about keeping it to them, what they're saying about being on retail shelves in such a way.
Right.
I don't know. That comes off a little weird. Before we even get to that, though, I do want to say real quick, or acknowledge real quick, that the raffle is still going, and I haven't yet put the results in. So let's do that right now. The winner of Game of Thrones Season 1 is Sky or Skibadee, I think is how you say it. Skibadee187.
Way to go, Skibadee.
Skibadee. You are the winner of Game of Thrones Season 1. That is Steam code. We will I will Twitch message you, Skibadee. Unless you have an alternative form of messaging that you would rather us do, I feel like that's the way to go. So Skibadee, I hope you're still in the room, man. I haven't gotten an acknowledgement yet from him. I'm gonna wait.
What is this here? Is this a different giveaway?
I'm gonna save that one for Extra Life. I actually have 2 Game of Thrones Season 1 codes.
Oh, these are duplicates.
Yeah, so I'm gonna I have 2 Game of Thrones Season 1 codes, but I think we're gonna save a couple things for Extra Life Day, guys. Skibadee is not responding. Skibadee!
And the next giveaway, by the way, Tyler said, is the one that's on the Telltale Games website. This one is the one you go to the website for.
Yeah, and so was this one too, unless I give away the Steam version of it. I had 2 codes, Tyler. I actually had I had a code for a Telltale Games website one, and I also had a Steam code one for Game of Thrones Season 1. So
he's in the room. There he is.
There he is. You are on my my friends list PSN. Thanks, guys. Is your name Skibadee on PSN as well? Skibadee? Let me know. And let Dean know.
Skibadee.
Is that what that's supposed to be? I guess that probably is what that's supposed to be. Skibadee. It's a good name.
It is a good name.
All right, back to Shovel Knight. That sucks though for the people that don't want to buy digital Xbox One. They don't get it at all now.
I find it odd. Like, if you raise from $20 to $30, I'd be like, oh, you're trying to cover some costs. But like $20 to $25, they're like, yeah, well, why not?
Why not? Let's do it.
Like, what the hell?
Let's go for it. Yeah. So unfortunate news. Those are all bad things right there.
Yeah.
Although Shovel Knight's a good game.
His name is Skibadee on PlayStation.
All right, Skibadee. I will find you on
I
on
wrote
PSN.
it down too next to that code here.
And I will message you the link. I'll actually give you a choice. If you just want the direct Steam code, I'll give that to you. Or if you wanted to go through the Telltale Games website, I can do that as well. Doesn't matter. All right. Next up, it is the second Sunday of the month. You know, that means T-Shirt Sunday, T-Shirt of the month. Check it out, guys. This was Mike's month. He created this one for you guys. I'm going to put it up on the TV screen so you can check it out. It is another Bogey Squad T-shirt. But this one is called Bogey Squad jersey, Bogey Squad University jersey.
I really like this one.
It's cool beans, right? So I put it up on the big screen here for people on PC. It is Bogey Squad killing it since 8.5.
Love it.
Mike just loves that joke.
He sure does, dude. He's riding that puppy right
But the
into
really
ground.
cool thing about this one is that on the back, you have the option to type in whatever you want. Your gamer tag, your last name, your PSN ID, your Xbox, doesn't matter. You can put whatever you want on the back in the upper portion in the gamer tag area. So there you go. That is the t-shirt of the month. I need to put that up right now, actually. Why don't we open up the Skype lines in the meantime? Guys, feel free to call in on Skype at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces, and I will make that t-shirt live on our website, which is the levelupshow.spreadshirt.com. Add the shop. Shit! I gotta sign in. Skype ID is on the screen, guys, if you need it. Feel free to call in. Killing it, says Puss. Gabriel is calling in. Let's talk to Gabriel here. Gabriel, welcome to the show, man.
How you been?
Doing good, man. I feel like since the last time we talked to you, your voice has gotten a lot deeper.
Thank you.
Are you growing up, Gabriel, in front of our eyes?
Yes, I am.
What's going on, man? What do you want to talk about tonight?
Yeah. I just wanted to ask, have you guys played the new Star Wars Battlefront beta yet?
I think Dean has.
I played a little bit, yeah.
And that is our topic of the week as well, Gabriel. So we're going to be talking about it a lot tonight. What did you think, though, Dean? How did you feel about the Battlefront beta?
Well, I don't want everybody to hate me, but first impressions, it's good.
Okay.
I felt a little underwhelmed. I felt like it felt a little outdated.
Okay.
Not visually. Visually, it looked incredible.
Okay.
All the homages to Star Wars, the music, the aesthetic is on point. It was great. Just purely approaching it from a gameplay perspective, I wasn't as hooked as I was expecting. I played like 5 matches and I was like, okay, like I get it. This is fun. I see what they're doing, but like I'm kind of done. You know, I don't really think I would spend $60 to do this over and over and over again.
How about you, Gabriel? What's your first feelings on the Star Wars Battlefront beta?
The multiplayer, like the second game mode with having to like shoot all those things or whatever, the claiming the pod thing, I like that because it's easy, but at first, like the first time I got killed, I'm like, I'm done. I'm done playing this forever. But I kept playing and then I got slightly better at that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people playing it right now. I mean, it's clearly doing well from a beta standpoint. And this is what we're going to talk about later on, is like kind of the nature of betas and what they're becoming. It's not the way they used to be. But I have not played it myself yet. I know they extended it, right? The Battlefront beta?
Until Tuesday. Through Tuesday.
I'm going to try and play it tomorrow a little bit just to get a feel for it, just to find out what it's all about. I'm not going to buy the game. I'll tell you that right now. But I do want to know what it's all about.
I thought I was going to, and now I'm not real sure about it.
Wow. Yeah. So this is a case where the beta actually hurt things.
Well,
for you,
it helped me,
and for them,
because I was glad to have been able to try it first, because I was going to get it.
Yeah, I guess what I mean is it hurt them.
Yeah,
they lost a potential buyer by having you play the beta.
Right, and I would have bought it, but I probably would have wound up selling it because I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of content that they haven't released, obviously, for it, and and like you're limited to only like 2 of the maps, and like I don't know, I don't know. It's just like it felt very outdated. Like the gameplay, it's very much like they drop you in with your teams, and you're like, okay, everybody, like shoot. And it's kind of like slow paced. It's not very visceral.
Gabriel, how about you? Are you still planning on buying it when it comes out?
Maybe. I think that I would just play it just for the beta. If they have like a multiplayer demo kind of thing where you can just play like the one game mode that they had in the beta, like they did for Gears of War Judgment, I may play it just like that. But other than that, I don't think I'm planning on buying it. Because there's really only 2 game series I'm really focused on at the moment.
What are they?
Well, Gears of War Ultimate Edition just came out.
Yep.
Love it. It's god dang amazing. I love it.
Nice.
You played the original?
Yeah, I've played all of them in order. I've played every game mode. I remember renting Gears of War Judgment like a little while after it came out. Rented 5 days, beat it in 2 days.
Nice.
And Rock Band 4 just came out. Can't wait to get that.
It's very good, man. You will not be disappointed, I don't think.
Yeah, I know there's not really any like story based onto it, but I don't want anything spoiled. What do you think of Guitar Hero Live? That I want to hear your opinion.
I'll just start with this one. Yeah.
I think it's got potential. I think there's a couple of drawbacks to it that made me decide ultimately. Because you know what? I used to be a bigger Guitar Hero fan. I liked the competitiveness of it, and I feel like the guitar in it was a lot more challenging than Rock Band's guitar. But I think the fun of Rock Band is that you get to play as a band, and now Guitar Hero, it seems like it's very much a solo experience. And I'm not really looking for that in a music game. I want to play with other people, which is weird because I usually hate co-op.
Here's my feeling on Guitar Hero Live. I feel like they're capitalizing on what will eventually just be a gimmick. It has these videos for all the concert videos for all these different songs, but I mean my assumption is that once the game releases and you have your main track list, those are going to have their videos. But they're not gonna put videos out there for every single DLC song.
You know, in fact, I've already seen some footage where like there's just like little animated cartoons playing in the background and stuff of certain songs.
So that's what's gonna happen is you're gonna have your main track list that has these videos. They're gonna have a good way of going, which has that video, and you're gonna have the bad way. You're gonna see both results for all these songs, and that's it. You've gotten your fill out of that gimmick. And then everything else that has been based around that, it's now kind of who cares at this point. And then on top of that, I don't like the design of the new guitar.
No, I don't really either.
They added buttons, I think, right? They now have 6?
There's 2 rows, yeah.
Of 3. So there's technically 1 more button.
Yeah.
But what they should have done is gone all the way and done 5 frets of 2 buttons each.
That's the way it is, yeah.
Because what makes it feel like a guitar, in my opinion, is when you're going up and down the frets. Yeah. Going across the strings, which is the feel they're going for now with the multiple buttons on each fret, that now being only on 3 frets, I feel like they're taking a step back. They should have had the option to have hardcore expert mode where you're going up and down all 5 frets with 2 buttons on each fret. That would have been, in my opinion, like the perfect way to go.
Yeah.
So I'm completely down on Guitar Hero Live. I think Rock Band 4 is the way to go.
Well, it makes it feel more... Well, I actually play guitar, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about this before. I'm like, also going up and down the neck, especially in Rock Band 4, when they added freestyle solos. You can just solo now during guitar solos, and you don't have to you can play whatever solos you want.
Sure.
You don't follow the notes. And it makes sounds. You can do like little licks and riffs of your own. It's pretty rad. And what makes that feel real is like you're going up on the neck where you would if you normally like solo. So there's that, and then finally I would say the variation. Like even if you're gonna play by yourself, man, it's like, you know, like I have all my instruments there, and like sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play drums for a little bit, and now I'm gonna jump on guitar for a little bit, and like Guitar Hero, they've just went back. It's just guitar. You can only play that. Yeah. So there's a lot more variety with Rock Band 4, all in all.
Yeah, my opinion on the whole new rhythm games coming back is, well, I heard Rock Band 4 like months in advance, like before it was even released, like saying, oh, Rock Band 4 is coming out. Really excited. Then I randomly heard that, oh, Guitar is making a new game. And I'm like, because that was like my favorite game series of all time. Big Guitar Hero fan. I know I'm going to like it. Then I saw the trailer for it, and my heart broke a little inside.
Oh,
that's sad.
I'm sorry, Gabriel.
$5 of my hard-earned money.
Yeah, yeah, right.
I don't like the idea, the whole live first-person thing. It's just not a good idea. But what the weird thing is, I'm also agree with you that just taking a step back and just making a guitar is fine. But when you play the originals, when you can only do like 1-2 players with the guitars, just for the Guitar Hero games, you're just fine with it. That's...
Did we lose?
I think we might have lost Gabriel. You still there, Gabriel?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, I thought we lost you for a second there. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I loved Guitar Hero back in the day. I thought, you know, 1, 2 especially, I thought was amazing. I loved 2. World Tour was there. If I remember right, World Tour was them trying to do the Rock Band thing, adding on the instruments.
Favorite of the series.
Yeah.
I liked World Tour, and then they kind of peaked World Tour and then slowed.
What happened was oversaturation. Right. They completely went the wrong direction with all these individual release games for different bands instead of doing what they should have done, which is creating an iTunes store for Guitar Hero. and having you able to buy songs individually for 99 cents, or able to buy the Green Day version of Guitar Hero for $20 or something like that, and you get everything Green Day related. Right. That's what they should have done, as opposed to making me buy a $60 freaking game and having an individual disc that I have to put in every time I want the Green Day Guitar Hero or the Aerosmith Guitar Hero or the Metallica Guitar Hero. It's like that was the dumbest shit they could have done. Like when, and I don't know if Rock Band does this, but when are they going to realize, make just a platform and just have people buy the shit out of songs? 99 cents, 99 cents, 99 cents.
But
they will make a killing.
They're not 99 cents. They're $1.99 per song.
All right, well, that's a little ridiculous.
It's a little steep, but guess what, dude? I bought like 20.
There you go. That's the way to do it. That's the way they should have been doing this for a while.
I think that's their plan moving forward.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what they're actually doing. If you didn't hear, they said that if you've bought previous songs on PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 in the past, you can put those onto the Rock Band 4 on your next gen consoles without having to
yeah, right. I know. Yeah. I think that in the end, in the battle of the music games, the upcomings again, like the return, the revolution, I feel like Rock Band is going to win out this time around.
My gut reaction, Rock Band was announced, and I was like, fuck yes.
I feel like the consensus was down on Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero was announced, and I was like,
yeah.
Like, get out.
You weren't the only one. Yeah. Gabriel, thanks for calling, man. Great comments and questions there.
All right.
Take care, man. Level up. All right. Did he already end the call? He did. All right. What's up? We got another giveaway.
Oh my God, we're just giving these things away.
That's exactly what we're doing. All right, so this one is for Tales from the Borderlands Season 1. The entire season, Steam. Steam code, guys, keep that in mind. If you want to take part in this raffle, that is the only way to go. So don't skew it by taking a part in this and wanting a PlayStation version of Tales from the Borderlands. This is Steam only. 200 XP per ticket, 10 tickets maximum, starting right now. You guys got 5 minutes. Use exclamation point ticket space the number of tickets you want to buy. And after that, we're going to move on to the last part of the level updates. Got one more here. Do I need to go forward in video? I do. All right. Here we go. Fourth part. First up, Chinese Room head steps down due to sexism in the games industry. If you guys don't know, Chinese Room most recently released Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. So this head here, she's Jessica Curry is her name. She is actually the wife of the other head of the Chinese Room. She is stepping down. Here's what she had to say. Quote, it's really sad, actually. I have a degenerative disease that simply won't do what it's told. I pushed myself to the edge of a precipice when everybody's gone to the rapture. I thought if I kept running, then I could always keep the disease just out of reach. I was so wrong. It forced me to reevaluate what the hell I was doing to myself. And more importantly, the effect I was having on my husband and son. I can't keep running, and it's time to admit that to myself and to everyone who loves me. I thought I was strong enough to lead the charge, to prove through talent and hard work and positivity that women have a vital role to play. On a personal level, I look back at my huge contribution to the games that we've made, and I have had to watch Dan get the credit time and time again, Dan being Jessica's husband. I've had journalists assuming I'm Dan's PA. I have been referenced as Dan Pinchbeck's wife in articles. Publishers on First Meeting have automatically assumed that my producer is my boss just because he's a man. One magazine would only feature Dan as studio head and wouldn't include me. When Dan has said, quote, Jess is the brains of the operation, people have knowingly chuckled and cooed that it's nice of a husband to be so kind about his wife. I don't have enough paper to write down all the indignities that I have faced. I've realized that the only way I'm going to get credit for the work that I do is if I take a step away from Dan. I love Dan so much. He is a talented, intelligent, shining-souled man. This is not a rejection of him, but of the society that still can't cope with the fact that a woman might be just as talented as the man she shares her life with. And with regards to Sony, quote, big business and the creation of art have always been extremely uncomfortable bedfellows, and making Rapture proved to be no exception for me. I don't want to do this anymore. In fact, I can't do it. I want to surround myself with honest, open people whom I can trust.
So is that a slam towards Sony?
As well, yeah. Not just towards the society and the industry in general, but also towards Sony. That part surprised me. It seems like most people are pretty happy with working with Sony, but you know, maybe something happened that we don't know about here. But the side that I want to focus on is just how sad it is that her as a female within the industry, ahead of a freaking studio that released a game that was received well and I hope is doing well for PlayStation. Yeah. She didn't get any credit. Her husband Stan got all the credit, and we hear about this very often within the game industries that it's unfortunate. This is one of the industries that really just hasn't evolved in that regard, and stories like this are what are going to help it evolve. Hopefully, to raise awareness for the problems that we still face in this industry, something that we need to keep in mind when we play these games. Look at the credits, look at who made these games and who deserves the credit, and look at the girls that are playing games, and show appreciation for that fact that we're getting girls playing these games, or getting girls making these games, or getting girls talking about games. Like it's a cool thing, and it needs to be appreciated, and not looked at as like, oh, that's funny, that's really disheartening.
Yeah, it is.
It's
time everybody grew up a little bit.
It's time everybody grew up, and that's the sad part of this is I'm sure a lot of the people that she's talking about here are 40-something-year-olds.
Right.
That's what's so sad about it.
So true.
Go ahead, man. You're up with the next story.
All right, that slippery slope rears its ugly head again in Rise of the Tomb Raiders microtransactions.
Yep.
IGN's Luke Kamali writes, Microsoft has revealed Rise of the Tomb Raider will have microtransactions and also has given some insight into what DLC we should expect from the Season Pass. On the microtransactions front, the publisher explained that these will take the form of game-modifying items called expedition cards, or cheat codes if you're more familiar. Outside of the main campaign, you'll be able to use these to access better armor and perks or aesthetic differences. Big Head mode was cited as an example of the latter, while the ability to bandage yourself without using up resources was another. While in-game credits can be earned to buy these, the quicker way to buy them is with real cash.
Of course.
As is everything. In Rise of the Tomb Raider, you'll earn credits by completing challenges and exploring the world. A post on the Xbox Wire explains these credits can be used to purchase expedition card packs. When used, the expedition cards become modifiers in game modes outside of the single-player campaign. Some cards are humorous, such as Big Head mode, while others can increase the challenge or give you special advantages.
Stop.
What happened?
There. Big Head mode?
Dude, I know.
Big Head mode is like a staple of cheat codes that come in a game. They
just released that in Arkham Knight last week without even talking about it.
You're paying for Big Head mode?
Yeah, it's insane.
Unbelievable.
It's insane. They literally, Sefton Hill from Rocksteady Studios tweeted a GIF on Twitter. He was like, hey, do this with your controller and play in Big Head mode. That was it. They're like, guys, we got Big Head mode.
Give us $1.
Yeah, like, come on, dude.
That is just the pettiest shit I've ever heard.
It's so bad. It really is so bad.
Go ahead.
There are two types of expedition cards, foil and common. A foil card, which will undoubtedly cost more money, will give Lara the strongest and strangest variations and can be used as many times as you wish. A common card is only used once, and you'll need to earn more credits to buy it back. Stop.
Bad.
Stop.
That's bad. That Big Head mode especially really, really rubs me the wrong way.
Dude, it's really bad.
That's 15 years ago. That was every game, Going into after you beat it or unlocking it, it's like, oh, Big Head mode, turn it on. This is fun.
Right.
Like, have we really gotten to that point that even something as simple, how long did that take them? How long did it take them to be like, oh, guys, write a line of code that makes it so people can make their heads bigger?
Right.
Like, how long did that take? And how many people did it go through that it was like, oh, yeah, let's charge everybody $1 for this. We put about 10 minutes into that, right? Yeah, $1. I think that's worth $1. Like, how many people confirm that?
Man, I just am so disappointed. And, it just really sucks. It just sucks. It sucks. It really does.
It's all you can say, right?
It really is. Like, I don't know what can be done, but I want to do something. Like, I feel like I want to do something about it.
What you can do is, when you get Rise of the Tomb Raider on PS4, don't take part in this
buy
shit.
A damn thing. Yeah. I know, I'm not going
on a happier note, let's reveal the winner of Tales from the Borderlands Season 1.
Yeah.
And that would be Guitar Freak 12345. Thank you.
Oh, Guitar Freak won it?
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Oh, also, Tyler said earlier this is not Steam. This is just the Telltale Games website.
This one here?
Yeah, that's what he told me to tell you.
If it is a 16-digit one, it is. So when I email you or message you Guitar Freak, I will make sure to put the link to the Telltale Games website in there as well. You'll go to telltalegames.com/redeem. You'll put in this 16-digit code, and you'll get access to Tales from the Borderlands Season 1.
It's so good. It's my favorite. It's my favorite Telltale series right now.
Nice.
Yeah, I love it. Have fun with it, man.
There you go. We had it written down. I will definitely message everybody after the show. We have 3 winners so far. And I will make sure to get that done tonight before I go to sleep. We also have a lot of follows coming in. We hit our follow goal. I already gave out 300 XP to the entire chat room. We raised the follow goal to 7,400. We need 19 more follows to get there. Thank you to Pookie Tookie Baby. We got Azul Ghost. Who else do we have? These are Twitch follows here. Azul Ghost, Aussie Geek Show, Big Jim N, The Fighting Giraffe, good name, Mark Diddy, Home Like Bacchus, Yiffy, Magic Lemons, Evil Sakura, and many more. Keep those follows coming, guys. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. If you would like to follow us, we'll give you a quick shout-out, of course. Don't forget also about Twitter. Follow us on there. Subscribe on our YouTube. Check out our Patreon if you want to best support the network. And please, we have one donation tonight from Derek Carr for Extra Life. That is a charity for Children's Miracle Network hospitals throughout the United States. Go to extralife.org/participant/the Level Up Network. If you would like to donate, just click the support me link. Even if it's just $1, it doesn't matter. It all adds up towards that goal that we have this year. Please keep that ball rolling. We have one more story before we wrap up the level update. This one dealing with Half-Life 3. Hints are surfacing that Half-Life 3 might actually be in development. So the Steam database on Twitter posted, Valve just accidentally pushed a file named hl3.txt to Dota 2 Reborn that seems to be pretty damn interesting. It's not interesting just because it's named Half-Life 3, or sorry, hl3.txt. It's interesting because it suggests procedural generation and ziplines. That's not all. There's a lot of things in this txt file that seem shockingly like it could be associated with the actual Half-Life 3 game. So, what do we think? I've never played Half-Life.
I've never played Half-Life either, and quite frankly, I'd sooner happily talk about microtransactions than the announcement of Half-Life 3.
Do you think it's even coming? Or
no, I don't.
You don't?
No.
But it's so weird just because we all know how well this game would sell.
Would it, at this point... Like, they gotta be thinking, like, maybe they had the game almost done.
Right.
You know, and then all of this stuff started happening, and then they were like, guys,
there's no way this can live up.
Should we even release it? Because, like, yeah, because, like, people are gonna be, even if it's great, people are gonna be so disappointed.
There's no way it can live up.
No, it'll never live up to it.
It's kind of like the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm not sure that there's any way that can live up to the hype.
Nope. No,
at this point,
I don't think he can.
So I think they are working on it, or they did work on it. There's something there. There's got to be something there for Half-Life 3. I've always imagined that it actually connects the Portal in some cool way. Like, people don't realize that this is the same universe and that the story will eventually merge.
Yeah,
and that would be really cool, right? That would be cool to have those worlds come together. But I'm with you. I think that they are like, guys, like, we need to go back and make sure this game lives up to everything people have desired for 10 years now. That's the thing. I'm curious when you guys think it's going to be announced. Let's put this poll in the chat room. When will Half-Life 3 be announced? 2016, 2017, that's what that's supposed to say. Sorry, I missed the 7 there. 2017, 2018, or never? Is it never going to be announced? Let me know in the chat, guys. Vote on it through Live from PlayStation. And that is going to wrap up our level update. So let's open up the Skype lines one more time here. Feel free to call in on Skype at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces. Is Mike in the room? Mike joined us?
Yeah, he decided he was, just going to come in before heading towards the end.
Yeah, at the very last
just kind of
30 minutes of the show here. We're almost at our topic of the week, and we're almost at our $10 PSN card giveaway as well. We're going to get one call, and then we'll move on to that. Let the votes come in as well. Feel free to call in right now on Skype, guys, at the Level Up Show, spelled exactly how it sounds, no spaces. I don't think we've had any more follows. Let me see if I can check that. I can't.
Reminded me of Stewie. Write a little book there.
We're working on that story for like 7 years now. Working on that story for 7 years. When's that going to come out? Since that going to come out in 2019? We got a little stories and go some interesting stories with your
How do you possibly get your voice that high?
I don't know. I feel like I'm doing it though.
You are? It is happening.
That's good. All right. Thank you for another follow. That one was from QP Joker 420. Thank you for the follow there. And we're getting a call from Daryl. We don't get calls from Daryl too often, so that's pretty cool. Ghost Games, a.k.a. Daryl. Welcome to the show, man.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I have to say I'm really, really dizzy from doing that voice.
I believe that.
I'm like really lightheaded. Like I might pass out right now.
You look stoned.
Holy shit, what just happened to me? Daryl, what's going on, man? What do you want to talk about tonight?
I was actually calling in to talk about the Experience beta on Xbox One.
Go ahead, because it's a good time to do. We're about to get into our topic of the week, which is betas. So how'd you feel about it, man?
Well, I was like, I think I got in wave 2 of it, and really good. Like, I didn't have any issues, and then, I don't know, like, the last update that I received, because I opted out, I was like, I'm done with it. I just had so many issues.
What kind of issues exactly here?
Like all my games are installed on my external hard drive, and the external, like I was playing a game, and then all of a sudden it would just kick me out, and it'd be like, oh, you know, it's like the connection got lost.
Yeah.
And then like 5 seconds later, it would kick back on. I'm just like, what?
What?
So I was like, okay, I'll just copy some games over to the internal hard drive, you know, and just unplug the external. One copy over. And then just like my Xbox One would just randomly shut off at times.
Well, it sounds like your Xbox One might be the one here that has some of the issues.
No, it's not. When I opted out, I got like I'm still in the beta, but the one before the Experience beta, and I've had no problems with it.
Yeah, interesting.
And and I've had some friends, you know, that they've had issues and they opted out of it too. But I mean, I wrote like a really lengthy, you know, thing for Xbox, you know, before I quit.
I missed at the beginning. Which beta exactly were we talking about? Are we talking about the Battlefront?
The Experience beta.
What's it called?
No, the Xbox One Experience beta. It's
the Experience beta. Gotcha, for the new the new UI.
Right.
Yeah, that beta. I had.
See, that makes more sense. Good. Okay.
But yeah, and then the last update that I received, it was just horrible.
Well, I mean, they all start that way. Like I was in the 3.0 beta for PS4, and that first version of that, it was definitely very finicky. Like anytime I went into communities and then backed out, not every time, but a lot of the time, it would freeze. After I backed out of communities, I'd have to restart the system. So I mean, hopefully that's why it's a beta, right? They're trying to figure out the small little problems this new UI is going to have, and you are the testing ground for that. So when they do reach new audiences with the Xbox experience, it's polished and perfect.
Yeah. My issue was I had a hard time just playing any games, you know. So I was just like, well,
that's the problem with being a beta tester, right? Especially if it's a firmware, because that could completely affect everything for you. Right. You might not even be able to play games if it's that broken.
Yeah.
You're taking a chance there. I remember when I got into the PS4 beta, I was almost reluctant. I was like, what if this like breaks my console? Like, what if I can't play games for a while and stuff like that? Like, what if Metal Gear Solid, my save file disappears or something? Like, those are shit that can happen. Like, when updating a console like that. So there's always a little bit of that concern there.
Yeah.
But overall, though, minus the technical difficulties you had with the Xbox experience, is it better overall? Do you think it's going to be an improvement over what you currently have with the UI?
Well, it's just because, you know, I've had the old dashboard for so long, but I think, I mean, it's going to take some people's probably going to have like a little hard time getting used to it probably. Because, you know, like now, it's kind of easier than a lot of the stuff's kind of the same, really. But like I think like the biggest thing that they've improved is now you just hit left on the control pad and it goes over, and there's like, that's how you start a party, and
that's good, because the party stuff is what I always hear when Xbox is kind of lacking,
it's
especially
right
coming
there
off of
now,
360.
you know.
Yeah. All right, well, that's good. I'm glad. I feel like both of them still have ways to go.
Yeah, I agree.
A PS4 and Xbox One. I like PS4 for simplicity. I like that it's very slick and quick, but it feature-wise, it's definitely not on the same level as Xbox One.
Yeah.
And we're getting there now. Like, Twitch app is finally coming, and all these things that we've been waiting for that Xbox has had for a while. And I feel like we're still 2 years in. I feel like we still have another 4 years left in this generation to improve upon those things. So
they're still babies, really.
I agree, definitely. Daryl, thanks for calling and congrats on winning your thing earlier. I'll send that to you later on.
Oh yes, thank you very much.
No problem, man. Thanks for calling in.
Level up.
Level up. All right, let's reveal the raffle giveaway. Actually, not the raffle giveaway, the votes. Actually, for when will Half-Life 3 be announced? And it is the results. You guys think? Never. 54% said never. Wow. 22% said 2018. 13% on 2017, and 9% in 2016. So it just goes up towards never. I'm not surprised at this point.
Yeah,
it's going on too long. There. Did I have a raffle going? I actually forget.
I kind of forget too.
No, okay, I already revealed the raffle, but we have another raffle coming in just a moment after On the Spot. Let's get into that first, and then we will do the PSN card giveaway. And also, we got to do our subscriber-only chat in a moment. So we got a lot to do here. On the Spot. You guys can deliver questions every week on our Twitter at the Level Up Network with hashtag On the Spot, hard-hitting questions. Let's find out who this week's question comes from. Dear The Level Up Show, if Pokemon were a real-life thing, which one would you choose to be your starting Pokemon? Sincerely, the Bulldog Brad. Now, when he says this, I feel like we only have a certain number of choices here. Because when you're starting off, you have Blastoise, Squirtle, Pikachu, and...
No, Blastoise is Squirtle.
Sorry, Squirtle, Pikachu...
Blowing it, dude. Bulbasaur.
And is there one more?
Charmander.
Charmander. So, of those four, let's start there.
Pikachu counts?
Pikachu counts, yeah. Because you can choose Pikachu in yellow, right?
You automatically get Pikachu in yellow.
So, in the original, you only can choose from those three?
Red and blue... You can only choose from Charmander, Squirtle,
Let's restrict ourselves to those then.
Okay.
Let's start there.
I was going to choose Pikachu.
You're going to choose Pikachu?
Just for the conversation.
Okay,
Just to inform.
If you had to choose between the starting three, who would you choose? And why?
Well, I always went Squirtle. Just because I feel like, even though he's like weak to electric, he never really took that much damage. Like, he was pretty tough. You know, when I look at him, out of the three of them, like, Charmander's super vulnerable.
Sure.
His fire's out there on his tail, just hanging out. Just squirt it.
What's funny about this is that you actually thought about, like, how is this going to benefit me gameplay-wise?
Yeah.
Me, I'm thinking, who's the coolest / cutest Pokemon of the three?
Yeah, that's how my brain just
Very
works.
different here.
Yeah.
So you went with Squirtle because you thought, okay, this is the best Pokemon battle-wise.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. And then he's got a tough underbelly, hard shell. Then when he evolves, he's just even bigger of a brawler. He's got his cannons on his back. He's pretty much got it made in the shit. Bulbasaur's pretty much got leaves on his back. Burn them.
Yeah, right.
Charmander's got the flame out there. Wet it.
It was a tough one for me. Bulbasaur was never in the running because first of all, Bulbasaur is not cute at all.
You know what? When I was a kid, I had a weird thing for Bulbasaur.
Well, that's kind of weird.
Not like sexual.
Okay,
Just
never mind.
I liked him a lot.
I thought we were going in a different direction with that. See, the funny thing is, I also went with Squirtle.
Yeah.
But for different reasons.
Squirtle Squad, sunglasses.
Squirtle was
Dope.
freaking cute, man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And he also is a turtle, basically.
Yeah.
Which reminds me of Ninja Turtles.
I like that.
Which makes me want to go with Pim. The other side of it was the coolness factor of Charmander. Fire is just cool, right?
Yeah.
But in the end,
Fire is cool.
I guess it says a lot about me. I went with cute over cool. And that's why I went with Squirtle.
Well, here's the thing. Charmander becomes Charizard.
Right?
The coolest. But he's also kind of a dick. And he doesn't ever listen to what he's told.
Right. Yeah, you are right there.
However, the definition of cool is the Squirtle Squad.
The Squirtle Squad with the glasses.
Rolling
deal with it glasses.
Squad deep in their aviators. Get out of here.
Let's put his little spin on this question here to take it further. Who was the Pokemon that was like, this is the one I need. This is the one I need to catch.
Out of all of them?
Above all else. This is the one I want.
That's tough. That's tough, man. Are we like? What
Was it Charizard?
What are we talking about in the game? Like
The original. I'm talking about
cards?
the original 151. When you're playing
Who
the
was,
original
like, the
Pokemon games,
fairest of them
who is
all?
the fairest of them all? Who's the one where it's like, oh my god,
Gotta
like
catch him.
that Pokemon? I need to get him.
I'm gonna have to look at a chart here.
Right?
This is tough.
I feel like there's the legendary Pokemon, right?
Yeah, well,
Like Zapdos.
Mewtwo, they're always the big.
Well, it wasn't like Zapdos. Like there was like the three.
Oh yeah, the Articuno, Moltres.
Yeah, those three were really special to me.
Yeah, I think everybody would be agree with you on that.
What
one.
was the Sea Serpent Lake one though?
Lapras?
I feel like that one. Yeah,
She was a big one for me.
She reminded me of like the Loch Ness
For
monster.
some reason, this chart calls it Bad Gyarados. That's not what she was called. She's called.
I feel like that one.
Lapras.
It reminded me of the Loch Ness monster, and that made me feel like, oh, it's rare. It's like this is like the special secret one.
Well, now and then you had Dratini.
Nah, he was cute and all, but
and he became the Dragonite. Dragonite. He was pretty rare. I always felt something like Lapras was like really special too. Rapidash.
I had a soft spot for Eevee.
Ponyta.
Eevee became what? Eevee became
everything.
Right, you could get the 3 different versions of Eevee.
Well, in the original one, these 3.
You had never mind.
They name them all. It's like practically a cute fox. What the fuck? Zap Fox.
And Firefox.
That's amazing.
This is not the chart we thought it was.
Animators got lazy. Something with a V. This chart is amazing.
Oh, Mike finally decided he wanted to take part in the show. He's trying to call it on Skype now. But I missed it. If you want to try and call in again, Mike.
I'm with the Lapras. I feel like that's one I always really wanted. Eevee's a good one. Eevee goes on to become like 6 other ones too.
Yeah.
Like in the newer
Eevee's special.
The newer Pokemon lore.
If I had to choose though, I think it would either be Lapras or
Is this or we're choosing out of any of the Pokemon?
Yeah, the one that you desired most or would desire most even now. I think it would be for me.
Ever, like, just like any situation, like, I want this Pokemon.
It doesn't even have to be for like combat reasons. It's just like this is the
just
Pokemon.
To have that Pokemon.
Like, I want to say I caught that Pokemon.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think it would have to be either, for me, Voltrace.
Yeah, that's not
or Lapros, if that's how you say the name. The
Voltrace isn't a Pokemon either. Moltres, the bird?
Moltres.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Moltres.
That's good. Good choices. Good choices. I'm coming down on. I'm still really feeling Pikachu. I feel like Pikachu is just such a G.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I love Pikachu, and he's
Pikachu's
so
a fucking shit. But let's be realistic.
He's such a gangster.
Mew would kick his ass.
What about Raichu?
Who is the best?
Mew would definitely kick everybody's ass. The answer
Dude,
is Mew.
I don't know. I feel like if you put Mew... Here's the thing. Mew has lived a sheltered life. Pikachu has been on the streets.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Pikachu, all he knows is aggression when he gets into like battle mode, right? Mew, just like you said, this dude is fucking elusive. He can just fly in and out of everything.
Yeah, but on that same rate, Pikachu knows what he's doing. Mew's so rare that he's never been seen, which means he's never been fought.
See, I can't talk about this without having the TV show affect me, right?
Yeah, the
because in the TV show, Pikachu is the badass. Like
he's the best.
Always finds a way.
Wait, no. Here's the thing. That's like the whole nature versus nurture thing, right? Because you had there was like even episodes where it was like, other Pikachus, why are you such shit in comparison to this one? And it's all because of Ash.
Well, see, that's what's weird about Pikachu in general. There's only one Pikachu to me.
Yeah.
There is Ash's Pikachu, and that's it. And I know that's not true. I know there's other Pikachu in the world, and anybody can have a Pikachu, but he's that for some reason I can't look at Pikachu.
No, yeah. When I say Pikachu, I want
that Pikachu.
The Pikachu.
Yeah.
I want fucking Pikachu.
The one that slaps.
You're right.
Gets slapped by the other Pikachu.
Yeah.
I guess we all know that Drew would work for Team Rocket then in that sense. I mean, I guess that's how it works.
I mean, if that's how I got to get a Pikachu, I'll do what it takes.
Yeah.
No, but realistically, if we're talking about the games, though, my biggest thing that I always try to find was freaking Articuno. It was always the one that got me.
Good one.
It's a good one.
Good one.
Out of the other ones, I really feel like I could get down with Vulpix.
Okay. I could get down. I feel like a party with Vulpix.
Dude, look at Vulpix, and he just looks like I would just be chilling so hard, like watching TV.
You're right.
With a Vulpix sitting with me and petting his head. You know what I mean? And then if something breaks out, he's ready to go. Look at him. He's a little
The answer for like the non-legendary ones, though, like the ones that are like so elusive, no one's ever seen it, is Eevee. You get an
Eevee,
Eevee, and you can make it whatever the fuck you want.
Right? Yeah, we were talking about that. I agree. Eevee's a special Pokemon. There's not. I don't know if there's any other Pokemon that can do what Eevee does.
No.
Well,
I think Eevee's the only
in a
one
way.
of the original 151 that can become any element.
that and if you're going by TV show though, Ditto.
Okay.
Ditto.
Ditto.
With a D.
Oh, dude. Ditto sucks.
He does. I agree. I gotta
in
agree
the
with that.
game, he does, but actually in the car, I think in the card game, if I remember right, he was like ridiculously.
Dude,
OP.
in general.
I
Ditto
gotta
sucks.
say, we gotta stop this because this is 2 weeks in a
Right.
row now that
Right,
we
I
have
was gonna
talked
say,
like
why are we
15
talking
minutes about
Pokemon again?
Pokemon.
Dude, I could go a whole show talking about Pokemon.
But-
Right, no,
it-
we
it-
could seriously do it, but there's a lot of people that are angry that we're talking about Pokemon. Someone even was like, "Why are they talking about hypothetical fights of fake characters?" Because you don't do that when you're
Oh
playing. a
yeah,
video
because
game
that's
anyway.
so out of the norm when it comes to
Right.
gaming. Like
Right.
people,
You're playing a video game with fake characters and pitting
But
them
when
against
we,
each other.
but when
But
we
that's much
talked
different.
about when we talked about which female video game character we most wanted to like get with, everybody was cool with that.
yeah, I'm all on board with this one.
one. Government's Pokemon.
All right, we gotta move on, man. Mike, thanks for calling in, man.
All right, I'll go back to sleep.
See ya.
Later, man.
What the hell? All right. Real quick, we got so many follows. We're gonna go to subscriber only chat in a moment here, but thank you to Trip N207, Tatanka, Aries, Shion, Anthony B, Jeepus Rules, Antonio 999, QP Joker, Cloud X 79, I Am Sam, Grand Fighter, and many more tonight. Keep those follows coming, guys. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. We are at 73.89, so we just need 11 more follows to hit our follow goal and give out another 300 XP to the chat room. We're now going to do our big giveaway of the night. This is for a $10 PSN code, and because I know this was the one everybody's been waiting for, I'm going to make it a little more difficult to get.
Yeah,
This one is going to be 300 XP per ticket instead of 200, just to make it a little more tough. And we'll keep it at 10 raffle tickets that you can purchase. So 300 XP per ticket, 10 raffle tickets for a $10 PSN code starting now. Time has begun. You guys got 5 minutes to take part in it. It's !ticket space the number of tickets you want to buy, and we will start our subscriber only chat right after this ends because I want to make sure people can actually take part in this. I don't know if that's going to restrict people from taking part in it. Another follow from, what was that? That was from Insomniac and Chad1990. Keep those follows coming, guys. We're going to finally get into our topic of the week. We kind of already touched on it, but best of betas. We talked about the Xbox One beta. Heard it was a little finicky. We talked about Battlefront. Not crazy about it.
I liked it. It was good. I just feel I feel like I'm walking on eggshells when I talk about it because everyone was like so hyped about it.
Yeah,
Like,
and so many people are playing it. It's
I just
unbelievable.
thought it was good. It was good. It was good. That's not a bad thing. Like I thought it was good. I just was expecting to jump in and be like, yes. And like I played like 4 or 5 rounds, and I was like, I'm gonna go play something else. Like I don't really think I'm gonna spend $60 on this.
I'm interested what you guys have to say about Battlefront and also Rainbow Six Siege. So I've opened up the Skype lines. You guys can call in right now and talk about either or any beta, for instance. Did you play Rainbow Six Siege?
I did not. I have no interest at all.
Then let's get into, because I didn't play either of them. And so I'm relying on you guys to comment on that. But otherwise, what is your favorite beta of all time?
In recent memory, I really liked the Marvel Heroes beta.
That's the online one, right? The MMO?
Yes, it's loosely an MMO.
Okay.
But yes, technically.
What was so good about it?
The thing that made it so good is that it was so bad. And what I mean by that, the first iteration of Marvel Heroes was widely renowned as like a bad game.
Okay.
They've come a long way. Like their reviews have like jumped like 50 points and stuff since they've like relaunched pretty much the 2015 I think it is now version. So like they have recognized that. They publicly said it was bad and they wanted to do better. But the time when it was bad, it was a closed beta. There was like a very small number of people. I remember I got the invite. I was like, holy shit, it's Marvel, it's closed beta, I'm in. I got in. Nobody liked it. And I loved it. And that's what made it so special, is because like it was just my thing. Like it wasn't like the big popular thing. It was like a closed beta. There was a small number of people, and like I was like in this world, and I was like, it's a Marvel game. and it feels like it's just for me because like no one else is like super happy with it.
Sure, yeah.
So like this is awesome. This is just like my own little niche in the video game world right now. I'm like I played the hell out of it, dude. They reset and with updates and stuff and kept resetting your progress, and I just played it and played it and played it and played it. Loved it.
We got Teamater on the line here. Teamater, we're talking about betas here. You can talk about Battlefront, Rainbow Six Siege, or any beta for that matter.
All right, so I'm going to be very biased because I've only ever played one beta.
Okay.
So that means my favorite beta is Need for Speed. Oh my, it was fun.
Need for Speed, the new one coming out?
Yes.
I heard it was really good.
Oh, so what was so good about the beta, Teamater?
The graphic quality was incredible. The AIs were very intelligent. Very, very intelligent. And that's the thing that you don't see in many racing games nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Is very intelligent AIs. Because the police, they would stick on your tail, but if you had a very fast car, they would still like stick on your tail, but you'd be able to pull away after a little bit.
Sure.
And the races could be better. It kind of does have that little bit of a feel of the rubber band effect, which I really don't like.
Yeah, that's the worst in racing games, the rubber banding. That's something that can totally ruin and make it so frustrating and make you just want to throw your controller.
Yeah.
You know, if they need to get that right for sure.
Here's the thing. It's not the rubber band effect for like, oh, I pull away in the very beginning and then at the very end they'll pass me. It's like they'll pull away at the beginning and I'll be in last and then I'll pull away toward like the middle of the race and it will be very close for good majority of the middle of the race and start to pull away in the end.
Yeah.
So
now, what was wrong with the beta from a technical aspect? Was there any issues in that regard? Like graphically or glitches, bugs, network issues? Were there any problems in that regard?
Loading times. Incredibly long.
Oh, that's great.
You wouldn't expect that even from a beta.
The raffle's closed. Do you want to do sub only?
Yes, sub only chat. Guys, we're moving into sub only chat. That doesn't mean you have to leave. It just means that only the subs can chat right now. We gotta, pay our subs back. They donate $5 every month to us, so this is for them. Subs, you have the room. Teamater, anything else you wanted to say real quick?
Yeah, and the thing was, it was like, okay, I get because, yes, as soon as the beta comes out, everyone's going to be cramming for the beta, trying to get as much time in as possible, just so they can really get a good aspect of the game.
Yeah.
Well, of course, for console betas, there's probably at the most, maybe 100 people doing it.
I don't think it worked.
About 1,000.
I'm sorry, what was that question, Teamater?
How many people do the beta?
Oh God, I don't know how many people are involved in closed betas, for instance.
You can't have that many.
It's tough to say. It's always different.
It's always different, and I don't think they reveal those kind of numbers.
Sometimes it's based region by region. There's closed betas for different regions, so there's only a small number of people there.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect it to be very long, but when I was doing the closed beta, by the way, I do want to add it, 8 people online servers, so you could get a good friendly feel in it. You can make your own crews with friends, so that's kind of cool.
Sure. Okay.
But the thing was, it was like, I was sitting there, finally got it downloaded, because it took forever to download, of course, because it takes a lot of memory. And I was probably sitting there for 15 minutes waiting for it to load into a server.
Yeah.
And then it crashed as I loaded into a server.
I think we lost Teamater. Teamater! He's gone.
Nope.
Well, thanks for calling. Thanks for calling, Teamater. We lost you, man. But it sounds like overall Need for Speed was a solid beta. I'm glad to hear that because there's a lot of people hyped for Need for Speed. It does graphically, he's right. It looks freaking gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm excited to check that one out.
Yeah. We got subs only in the chat right now. Even though, is there anything going on in the chat? What they're talking about?
Not particularly.
You guys have the room right now. Subs, make sure to ask questions or bring up topics that that we can talk about on the show because this is your time. This is your moment in the show here. We're gonna give out our PSN code now as well. Let's draw the winner. The winner of the $10 PSN code is Miss Amanda.
Nice. I didn't even know she was in the room.
I didn't either. So that makes it easy for me. I just put Miss Amanda into the outline for me. Amanda, if you're in the chat right now still, I will definitely direct message you that on Twitter. The $10 PSN code is yours. There she is. She said, wow.
She is.
Nice. Miss Amanda wins. How many tickets did she buy? Let's see. I can't find it. I think she bought 10. She bought 10 tickets, yeah.
Nice.
The maximum amount. Congrats, Miss Amanda. And that is it for all the raffle giveaways tonight. We did 4 though, so we gave out a shit ton of stuff tonight.
Yeah, it was nice. I liked it.
We haven't done giveaways in a while, so I thought it was appropriate. We also had a lot of follows. Thank you to Borman Known, D-Dub, the Dizzy Devil, Envix, Insomniac, Chad1990, Trippin207, Tatanka, Aries Shion, Anthony B, Jeebus Rules, and many more. Keep those follows coming. We need 5 more follows, and we'll give about 300 XP to the entire chat room. We still got 109 people in the room. Subs are chatting right now. Anything going on with the chat? She always wins.
Everyone's just excited about Amanda winning. Guitar Freak feels like we're jinx. That's about it.
I'm sorry, Guitar Freak.
Yeah, it really sucks.
Amanda has a lot of XP still, even after resetting. The best gift was Mike oversleeping. Wow, that's kind of harsh. That's really harsh.
Oh, shit. That's funny.
All right, so beta-wise for me, I feel like my favorite beta of all time was Uncharted 2. Did you get into that?
No.
I love the Uncharted 2 beta. I actually played the beta more than I played the multiplayer when it actually came out.
Really?
And I feel like that's usually the case for me when I get into online betas, like multiplayer stuff. I play the multiplayer in the beta so much more than when it actually comes out. And I'm just like, I don't care anymore. Like, I played 20 hours of this when it's in beta. Like, I don't have a desire to play it with the actual retail game.
Yeah.
And Uncharted 2 was a definite example of that. I might have put more than 20 hours into that. I had a lot of fun with that beta. That was a good time. Uncharted 3 as well, but Uncharted 2 specifically was a great beta. Solid, not many glitches, just a fun time. That was a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I feel like that was probably my favorite.
No, I didn't. I actually didn't get my PS3 until like probably the last year, maybe 2 years in its life cycle. I was really late. I think 2 years, I would say. I would say the last 2 years, and then I didn't really start to use it like daily until the last year.
Me Kill Potato, thank you for the Twitch follow. You were only here for 3.00? I don't know. 30. What the hell is going on in the chat right now, guys? What are you talking about? Feed us comments, questions, and concerns. You own the chat right now, subs. Take advantage.
I think Guitar Freak is broken.
Guitar Freak broke, okay.
He just broke here. Rick's pretty excited about Mike not being here because he's an oppressor.
And Gage is still alive and says hi. You can't talk due to sub-only chat. Gage, I saw you in the chat earlier. It's nice to have you back, Male. I said male. It's nice to have you back, Male.
Hey, Male.
Also means man, so I think it's appropriate.
That's true.
That's how I was in Uncharted 3, says GFN. Played the beta a ton, but I didn't touch the full multiplayer offering. And Derek is calling in, one of our subs, so that's appropriate. Derek Carr, welcome to the show.
Senor Drew.
How you doing, man?
Senor Dean.
What's up, man?
What's up?
What's up? Thank you for your donation first off, Derek, extra. I really, really appreciate that, man.
It's for the children.
It's for the children, exactly. For the kids. Hashtag FTK, guys. Derek, you sub. Why don't you deliver us a question?
You sub you.
You sub you.
Well, I was going to talk about the betas, but never mind that now since you want me to give a real question.
No, beta is good, man. That's the topic right now. What was your favorite beta of all time?
I think my favorite beta of all time would have to be Battlefield Bad Company 2.
One of the better Battlefield games, I hear.
Drew.
Yes.
Drew?
I'm here.
Drew Sif.
Can you not hear me?
Or no?
We're all here.
Is it happening again?
Okay, what's happening? Derek, are you there? Derek! Why can't he hear us? Derek? Can anybody hear us right now? It's working on XSplit. I guess Derek just lost us. Oh. What's happening?
Drew, I know that this sounds weird, but I think something's wrong here. I'm gonna recall you.
Yeah, man.
Well, this was totally worth it.
No doubt about that.
But Battlefield Bad Company 2 is what he said for his favorite beta of all time. I hear that was a great beta. He's calling back in. Let's try this again. Derek, can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. Derek?
Damn, this sucks.
What the hell is happening?
We're not like muted or anything, right?
No.
Oh well.
Our
I
mic
guess
is
I'll
definitely
talk to you guys
working.
later,
Dude, I
since you
love
can't hear me.
hearing him
So,
talk.
level up then.
Derek, we love you.
You can't hear us probably until like 2 minutes later.
Yeah, that's so good. All right, well, that didn't work. Pun says he can hear us, so everybody else can hear us. That was
That's
fun.
good.
That was a good way to end it, I think, with the sub-only chat. Sorry, Derek, rough call. I think I just heard you go insane, though, so that was interesting. Laugh my effing ass off. This is the best Derek call yet. So it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, it was a good call.
Good call.
You lost your mind.
You lost your mind. Why don't we take down the sub-only chat? Let's bring everyone back for the
What's
last.
the code to undo it?
It's /subscribers off. All one word. Subscribers off.
Oh, cool. We're back.
Hopefully that works. Welcome back, non-subs. If you do want to sub so you can take part in our sub-only chat every week, go to twitch.tv/TheLevelUpShow. Hit the subscribe button. It's $5 per month. You get some perks as a result, like a badge and like sub-only chat. And eventually, if we get big enough to have slow chat mode, you don't have to be a part of that.
Yeah.
We also had a friend request. Thank you to Baby Facey. We had some Twitch follows from Baby again. Any other Twitch follows? Me Kill Potato, Babyface, and that's it. Keep those follows coming. We're wrapping up right now. Hit that heart button live from PlayStation, bottom left-hand corner of the screen. If you want to follow us, your name will pop up on the TV, and we will shout you out. I am so lightheaded. I've been talking way too much tonight. so much. This is what happens when Mike's not here. I become a lightheaded mess.
That's
I can't believe I'm speaking straight.
We're just all so used to Mike just talking and taking up all the air.
Yeah, right?
In the space. And I'm just a much more reserved co-host.
Gage, welcome back. No, I feel like we've been really sharing the show well tonight.
Yeah, I agree.
Good conversations.
Yeah,
especially considering you're in the chat as well.
Yeah, that's what always gets me. I try to balance both.
Yeah.
God knows I can't count on Mike to moderate the chat when I'm here because he's asleep.
God damn it, Mike. God damn it, Mike. I'm the glue that holds this show together. Yeah, it was so funny. We had our community. Something. Our community was around for like 3 days. Mm-hmm. And then Mike comes in. He's got, guys, wait, hold on. Don't worry. I'm here. I'm like, Mike, you're 3 days late, dude. The community is already built. It's been around for 3 days. I'm like God in the scenario, only I didn't do it in 7 days. I did it in 3 days. I make this show. I make this community. Thank you to another follow from 125 Outlanders. I feel like I might piss people off with that comment there. I don't actually think I'm God. All right. Don't forget, we're also on Twitter at the Level Up Network. Level spelled LVL. Tweet at us with hashtag on the spot. If you want to be a featured question on our Sunday shows or on our 24-hour marathon. We need a whole shit ton of questions, guys. Yeah. Please go on our Twitter, tweet at us with hashtag on the spot. Doesn't have to be gaming related. It could be movies, could be TV, could be games, or it could be more personal, but it has to be appropriate, of course. We're not going to acknowledge it if it's not appropriate. So keep that in mind as well. We're on YouTube at youtube.com/TheLevelUpShow, level spelled LVL. You can check out archives of all of our talk shows as well as exclusive YouTube content from Dean and Greg. It's called Power Up. It's a comic book superhero nerdiness show on every week.
It's going to be super long, not tomorrow, because we're recording it tomorrow.
What was that?
Saturday. It's going to be super long on Saturday.
It's going to be
I was trying to talk and
long, maybe a scenario.
I was trying to talk and think at the same time, and that's not something that I can do. It's going to be really long. There's a lot of new. We have like, I don't even know what Greg added. I had like 20 stories. Greg was like, yeah, I have like 46.
Oh my God. There's been a lot of
Comic-Con, and then before Comic-Con, there was like a ton of news, so
I think you should do a 4-hour episode.
I can't take 4 hours straight of Greg, dude. I settled it for a long one.
For a moment there, I thought we were going to get the first ever Andrew sneeze on the Level Up show. As far as my knowledge goes, I've never sneezed on this show, and I was so close.
I think I sneezed once.
I was like, the burn was there, you know, and I was like, holy shit, is this going to happen? Like, am I going to sneeze for the first time ever on the show? Sucked it back. Sucked it right back.
Sucked it back.
Yep, held that in there. It's never gonna happen, guys. That was the only chance you ever had of hearing an Andrew sneeze. After that, we've got the levelupshow.spreadshirt.com. The 2 shirts are live, male and female, for Bogey Squad Varsity jersey.
Yeah, it's
cool
shirt.
Bogey Squad, killing it since 8.5, and on the back, like a typical jersey, you can put your gamer tag, your PSN ID, or just your last name, whatever you want. It is editable on Spreadshirt.
Real quick, there were concerns earlier, and I want people to know so they maybe have incentive to actually buy the shirt.
Okay.
The joke is, I said Disney Infinity was killing it the morning the reviews came out.
Yeah.
Because it was getting
an 8.5.
8.5s, 8.9s. It was doing well. Mike's argued that an 8.5 is not killing it. It's good, but it's not killing it. And I, being me, stuck to my guns, and I was like, no, F you, it's killing it. And now it became a thing that he refuses to let go. So that's why the shirt's funny. That's why you want to buy it.
Get it, guys. Now you laugh.
Now you laugh.
Laugh.
Now you laugh.
If we ever have the Level Up Network review scale, 8.5 will be killing it.
Killing it. Dude, I stand by that. I think
as simple as that.
8.5 is killing it.
So there you go. It's on levelupshow.spreadshirt.com. It will be there for 1 week. That is the way our T-shirt of the month works. It comes out on the second Sunday of each month and is available for 1 week alone before going in to the Level Up Vault for all eternity. Unless you guys really, really desire it to come back. Maybe. I'll put a caveat there. There is potential.
It's a cool shirt. I like how
it is a good shirt. Mike, I like it a lot. He thought it was too simplistic, but we talked about this.
Yeah.
Simple is good when it comes to a T-shirt.
Yeah, minimalist is the way to go.
Definitely.
I agree.
Check it out, guys. We got patreon.com/levelupnetwork. That is the best way to support us. Just $1 a month. That's all you need to do. And it's a great way to support us. And it's a great way to get a couple perks in return, like exclusive access, early access to Power Up every week, for one. And we're going to have a bunch of other perks coming by the end of this year. We're all going to get together for the relaunch when we do the Twitch app and stuff like that. We're going to try and make this show better. We're going to try and make Patreon better. So that's coming in the near future. Look forward to that. And then finally, most important of all, we're less than a month away. We're like 3 weeks away from Extra Life 2015. Yeah. November 7th is game day. 24-hour gaming talk show, game stream marathon. Mostly gaming talk show, but we're going to do Rock Band. We're going to do Just Dance. We're going to do Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection, maybe. Who knows? We're going to do some game streams, a lot of talk show, raising money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals throughout the United States, helping children with cystic fibrosis, leukemia, injuries from car accidents. They're in the hospital for months at a time. They're bored. They need entertainment, and the best part is we can provide it to them with gaming. And that's really cool. Something that we can do as a part of this gaming community to make a difference. So go to extralife.org/participant/the Level Up Network. Donate using Support Me to help those children with gaming entertainment. Also, those funds go towards cures for these diseases as well. So it's a really, really cool thing. Thank you, Derek, once again, for your $25 donation tonight towards Extra Life. And let me see if we hit our follow goal. We did not. So in these last roundup things here, please hit the heart button live from PlayStation, bottom left-hand corner of the screen. We need 4 more follows to hit our follow goal for tonight. Give out another 300 XP to the chat room. Thank you to the All-Day Buffet, 125 Outlanders, Baby 1252, Me Kill Potato Now, Borman Known, D-Dub the Dizzy Devil, Envix, Insomniac, Chad, Trippin 207, Tatanka, Aries Shonen, or Shion, sorry, Anthony B, Jeebus Rules. I like that name. Jeebus.
That's a good one.
What's that from? Is that from
South Park?
Save me, Jeebus. Save me, Jeebus. Damn it, what is that from? It's South Park. Not South Park, it's Simpsons. It's Simpsons. I think I'm right.
I think you're right.
Bart says that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Save me, Jeebus, or something like that. You got Antonio999, QP Joker, CloudX79, I Am Sam, Grand Fighter, Pookie Tookie Baby, Azul Ghost, Aussie Geek Show, Big Jim, The Fighting Giraffe, Skyline Master, Exile89, Nungesar, Bear007, Mark Diddy, DCP, many, many more. There's actually a lot more than that. I don't want to read them all. But I will do a special thanks to our patrons, subscribers, mods, and more right now with our special thanks segment. I'm going to fast forward this shit because it always takes too long.
Yeah.
Come on. There it is. Special thanks go to our subscribers, The Nine Fox, Tie Spin, DeLone Gunman, Miss Amanda, Puss-Filled Scab, Jungle Mike 420, Alex Bustos, Mr. Rager, Callie122, Abtis, The Bulldog Brad, Syndrox LOL, Bass023S, Level Up Host Drew, Guitar Freak 12345, Blood Splatter, Moofy, Kryptonian Dunn, Tobbs293, and our newest sub, Chalkar. Also our patrons, Tempest Moriendi, BMC Music, Art is Your Dad's Bell, Full House 357, TX Puck, Dragon Con, Blakey 1888, Mark Conklin, Lionhammer, The Wasman Returns, our Extra Life supporters. Thank you to Conrad Johnson, Brian Wasilicia, Michael Bisco, Johnny Poolside, Derek Carr, Dennis Ishoki B, Abid Steele, Tyler Humphrey, Dylan Stelfox, Robert Bowlig, Blending with Henry, Ricky Manna, Chris Taylor, Megan Bochniak, Tyler Elkins, Luke Bayford, and finally, really big thank you to our moderators. Those are Pussfilled Scav, The Nine Fox, TX Puck, GFN2112, and Ghost Games.
Wow, that was real ominous at the end there.
Yeah. And coming from somebody that's ready to pass out, that was tough.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Holy shit. What a night. All right. Thank you to everybody for watching the show tonight. We appreciate all your support, all your follows, feedback, comments, concerns. We love it. Thank you so much for watching. We are on every week with gaming talk shows and game streams. Hit that follow button these last minutes here or live from PlayStation, bottom left-hand corner of the screen. We will shout you out. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube. Check out our t-shirt shop. Go on Patreon. Support the network and donate to Extra Life. I'm Andrew Midori. I make the show. This is our good buddy, Dean Marchese, the Beast from the East.
Wop.
He'll be on Wednesday with Beast from the Beast of the Week?
Yeah,
Beast of the Week, that's it. Tuesday is Mike with Trash Talk Tuesday. Greg is on tomorrow with In Day. I follow up. Oh, we have It Only Does PlayStation this week.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind, guys. Our PlayStation podcast once a month. This Wednesday, 9 to 11 p.m. Mark your calendars. It only happens once a month, so it's a big deal. That's Wednesday. Thursday is Level Up Quick Play. Friday, Saturday.
That was a month that we did the last one?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Actually, even more than a month.
Where's my life gone?
We got Friday and Saturday are open, free for all. They might see something. And then Sunday, of course, is the Level Up show proper. Next week will be 95. We're getting closer and closer to episode 100. So we'll see you all then. Until next time, as always, take care and level up.
You're pushing those windpipes, man. Yeah. Really trying to see how far you can go.
Trying to see how far I can go before I pass out. Got another follow from Alien Nate. Thank you. It's a clever name. Alien Nate, but also Alien
That is a
Nate.
clever name.
Good name. Yeah!
I really have to look really because I'm so afraid I'll mess it up.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's so much pressure.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. We got another follow there from MVSLY14, the final follow of the night. Once again, guys, take care and level up. Oh, never mind. Hold on. One more follow from Badman Namad. If I said that right or wrong, I'm sorry. Thank you for following. Final follow of the night. See you guys throughout the week. Take care. Level up.